All righty, fellas. What's going on? Today, we are breaking down your dynasty teams, breaking down your decisions, your Dynasty Decisions 2.0s, getting those ready, doing the live version of them. Of course, as always, if you guys want to get a live team review, if you submit one today, we will get it for you today. So that's the rule that we usually typically go by. Last week, we ended up streaming for a long periodically time, and we are not going to stream for that long again. Thankfully, we don't have as many reviews, but obviously, if you want to submit a team review, that is linked in the chat. It's also linked in the description as well.
Maybe if you're on the fence of like, oh, do I submit this week or next week? Maybe next week is better so we can watch the Canada-Bosnia at 3.
I mean, I don't care about soccer. It's a fake sport. So if Danny wants to leave to watch a fake sport,
my no asked me to watch the game. Like, we're not going to talk about fake sport. You're gonna go
watch as a fake sport.
You're going to go tell my 83-year-old Nono that the sport he watches religiously is fake?
People watch curling religiously, Danny. It's still a fake sport.
Nah, bro. That guy, I can commend him. He'll go out. He'll do his work in the garden. He'll go sit on his couch. You know the open flannel shirts that I wear to Texas and stuff? He'll always have one of those on. He'll fucking open all the buttons, chest out, tarps basically half off, and he'll put on the rye and watch the Italian Soccer League.
I know that chair stinks that he's sitting on.
Oh, dude, that is his chair too. Like, it's kind of like, I'm sure you have a tradition, like, you know, when you have like, you know, your grandpa, your grandma, whatever, like wherever they sit is like usually like you respect, like if you're the grandchild or if you're the son and stuff. So he'll usually just sit in the same seat every time, and like we'll sit around him.
Yeah, I mean, all of my elder male relatives have dropped like flies in the last like 3 years, but my dad is that way. Like his chair is, you know, the chair.
It's just a level of respect, which I'm sure when I'm older, like I'll appreciate. Like, you know, when my kids are like, yeah, no, we're not going to sit in your chair. Although hopefully, what did Dylan get banned?
Dylan said that hockey was a fake sport, so I put him in timeout.
Oh, yeah, that's insane.
Okay,
yeah, but I got to deal with the soccer as a fake sport shit.
Soccer is a fake sport. Anyone who disagrees is probably from Europe.
Maybe I got to put you in timeout.
Anyways, all right. So we have, let me pull it up on the side here. You guys, it's become a new trend to just say what we were arguing about before we went live, because that's usually what's going on when we're taking too long. Danny was butthurt that I projected Bo Nix over Dak Prescott in my projection.
It's not butthurt, and you're going to explain that you also had him projected over Caleb Williams.
Yeah, maybe I was just bringing up Williams and see why I have him lower than that, though.
Hey, I was just bringing up a rebuttal because I thought the touchdown rate was high and I thought the yards per attempt was high.
It was less than a fantasy point per game, guys.
Yeah. Again, I like Bo Nix, the click where he's going, but I just don't see him being projected over Dak and Caleb. That was my only qualm.
Canadian football is a fake sport. I'll give you that. Over Caleb is crazy. Yeah, dude, I love Caleb Williams, but Caleb's
my quarterback 4, bro. Like
his numbers. A lot of what I'm doing with these projections are rooted in historical trends of the player. And Caleb Williams is still such an ascending player to the point that to get him much higher than I have him, you have to like really project a major increase in completion percentage, really project a major increase in touchdown rate, really project a major increase in yards per attempt, which I don't think is unreasonable to do. I just, you know, I'm doing it from a somewhat conservative lens of things. So, looking at the teams that we have 9 team reviews at the moment. We have 6 trade questions and a super chat. As we usually do, we will kick it off with the trade questions and super chats to get through those quicker. And then we will go to the top of the order all the way up to Juice 10 for the reviews. Anybody who had a review on last live stream should have their DD 2.0s if they purchased one or they use their voucher on one in their DMs on Flock. Also, for those of you guys that are wondering, you get a free Dynasty Decisions 2.0 for signing up for an annual Mother Flocker right now. As always, we got a ton of things going on the site. First off, if you are an annual Mother Flocker, for an additional like $49, you can get the best ball tools. If you're drafting a bunch of underdog teams, these are extremely valuable. Obviously, we streamed drafts on Wednesday to showcase that. And if you're just looking for redraft content, I'm sure you probably aren't if you're watching this live stream, but the season pass is live now. So if you guys are on the fence about getting a site subscription or whatever the case is, but you got the season pass in August last year, well, you might as well get it now because you're going to get it for 2 months longer than you had it last year. And it's essentially the same product and the same price as it was before. So that would be something I would like to shout out. And then let's get into Emmett's trade First off, here we have Jalen Hurts and Jorge Pickens for Drake May here. What do you think?
I don't want to do this, even though it says you slightly win.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not really
12
sure
teams start
why it
9.
says that, to be honest.
12 teams start 9.
I guess maybe it's, a little deeper format, super flex. Jalen Hurts is still, if somebody offered you for the 101 or the 102, somebody
the 206 and a 401, basically.
I mean, Pickens goes higher than 401, I think.
I was just going off where they were ranked.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, I mean, yeah, the 209, 210, 211, 212, 301, 30. Like, it Hurts varies where people think of where he is. Some people have him late second. Some people have him early to mid third. Somewhere in there. And then Pickens probably like a late third for most people, I'd imagine.
Honestly, it's far more. I'm just getting more pessimistic on Jalen Hurts. Like, I convinced myself that I initially had him at quarterback 7 in my redraft rankings, and I moved him down a little bit. We kind of had that conversation either on last live stream or video. When was that conversation? I'm trying to remember.
Was that a video? It was the last live stream, wasn't it?
Last live stream, I think. Okay. We were kind of talking about it, and when I'm looking at that range, he's just not a quarterback I want to down tier into because I am genuinely scared.
Yeah, I mean, down tiering shouldn't sacrifice, long-term appeal of the player, which in Jalen Hurts' case, it does to some degree, as much as people get mad when we say that. So, I think if I was to down tier into a quarterback, I think I'd rather get the plus that you'd get instead of just the plus in this case for a Knicks or a Purdy. I'd rather down tier into that range, get something even better than Pickens on top.
Yeah, or if you're going to go in a quarterback in that tier, I would just straight up rather have Herbert and Lawrence. Yeah, and I think you might even be able to get a little plus there too.
Yeah, I don't think there's a ton of people on the market right now that view Hurts as dramatically different from Lawrence and Herbert. I think that most people agree they're kind of all similar. Okay. And like you and I actually have Lawrence and Herbert over Hurts. Some people might prefer Hurts because of the fantasy production that he's been doing. So,
hey, Fantasy Pill, we're actually going to be going through all our reviews on the site today. We'll try to get another best ball draft at some point, probably early next week.
Yeah, I think we want to stick to a kind of consistent once a week best ball stream type situation. Pickens is a damn good plus.
I don't disagree.
I'm generally a little lower on Pickens in Dynasty than most people seem to be.
It's far more just what do you need to move off your 101? I need to be blown away.
Yeah, and if Pickens signed a long-term extension today, I would probably move him up my Dynasty rankings as well. Yeah. I'm a little bit worried about what happens beyond this season for George. And also, too, he is a little bit of a loose cannon at times. I do worry about if we've seen the best season we will see of George Pickens' career already.
And I'm sure you've probably seen all the reports on Twitter. Like, did you end up following that Zane guy? Did you end up seeing some of the stuff that was being tweeted from OTAs and stuff?
I haven't really been plugged in on OTAs for any team, to be honest. I have to look through some stuff.
So Flournoy's been getting a ton of buzz at camp, and watching him last year when he got his opportunity, I 100% believe it because that guy in that Detroit game when I went live and CD Lamb was out, he was legitimately looking like a top 24 to 30 type of receiver in the league. Yeah. He looks like he belongs. So I do think there is a point of leverage here where it's hey, Pickens, if you're going for the max value and we got a guy that we think could be a number 2 receiver, I understand why both sides are kind of at an impasse right now.
Yeah, and you could reload with a, 3rd round receiver on top of a Flournoy in the draft next year or something like that.
I mean, let's throw a crazy scenario out there. Let's just say we circle back come August, September, and we hear more glowing reports about the Max Crosby knee injury. At that point, do you try to see if George Pickens in a piece can get you Max Crosby from the Raiders? Because with the Raiders, they need a number 1 X receiver. You have your young quarterback to build around. George Pickens is 25, and you have the cap space to pay him. For the Cowboys' perspective, you get an elite defensive player to anchor that defensive line and go into Super Bowl window.
Yeah, that would definitely. What did Bro do to not earn a deal? I mean, why hasn't he been signed now? Would be my question. Yeah. If that's not, I'm not saying he didn't earn a deal. He was awesome last year, but he hasn't been signed objectively.
Yeah, again, I was saying all last year, don't worry, he's going to be signed. But he hasn't been signed right now. We have to adapt to new information. And the information is that he is holding out right now. On top of that, what happened last year when Terry McLaurin was holding out? He held out. And then you get soft tissue injuries.
And the last kind of knucklehead to hold out was Brandon Ayuk, who was terrible even before the knee injury because of his holdout. So,
yeah. I think Pickens, the player, is a stud. I think he's legitimately a top 10 receiver, talent-wise. But, if he's going to hold out, I don't know.
Yeah. We're not comparing him to Flournoy.
No.
Danny's suggesting that maybe the team views him as expendable because Flournoy is developing, is what he's saying.
It basically, if they said, oh shit, we really need an edge rusher and Max Crosby's market is available and we feel good about Flournoy as the 2 if we have to, like, that's the type of decision you have to make when you're trying to better your football team. Like, George Pickens, obviously in an ideal world you want back, but there's also the financial aspect. Do you want to pay 2 wide receivers probably 65, 70 million per year? Or do you want to rather leverage that cap space and get a big time elite edge rusher?
Also, if George Pickens had no head caseness to him, he would not have been traded to the Cowboys for a 3rd round pick. He would have gone for a late 1st or an early 2nd round pick. So there's very clearly some smoke to his head case.
Well, if you want to contextualize it like this, we dealt a 3rd round pick for a future 1,400 yard 2nd team all pro receiver this year. We dealt a 4th round pick for Jonathan Mingo.
Yeah. And the freaking the Bills dealt a 2nd round pick for DJ Moore.
Yeah.
Like,
how did they not up the Cowboys offer at the time though? I'm sorry. Like, you don't trade a 2nd for Pickens when he's available, but you wait a year later and send the 2nd for fucking
the
DJ
Bills
Moore.
Are just taking L after L at receiver. Like, they just do the wrong decision every single time. Anyways, how much money is the subscription to get these team reviews? So Pionio, if you are an annual mother flocker, it's a $97 annual subscription. You'd be covered from June 12th today to June 12th of next year. That would cover you all the way through the redraft season, the best ball season, the dynasty off season next year, the rookie drafts, etc. And you would get a free Dynasty Decisions 2.0 voucher to use today. So that's essentially the goal there.
Maybe you can try out for the Cowboys receiver if they do trade Pickens. Maybe, you can get on the roster.
Yeah. Yo, I'm a very young contending team with no draft capital. So, okay. I'm a very young contending team. So you'd be selling Puka Nacua in exchange for Rashee Rice, a late 1st, a mid to late 1st, and early mid 2nd. What does
Pacheco do here?
Yeah, Pacheco's useless. I mean, Rashee, if you are Rashee pilled, I can understand going, hey, Rashee could be 80 to 90% of Puka Nacua realistically, production-wise. Maybe not the player, but production-wise, he could be that close to him. Plus, you bank up 2 first rounders and a early to mid 2nd and a handcuff of liquidity. Maybe you have Gibbs or something. And that's why you threw Pacheco onto this deal. I think it says fair trade. I think that's probably about right. I tend to think I would want 2 to 3 better assets than 5, Rashee Rice and some solid assets kind of structure of a deal.
Go to team real quick. So let's see the team that's he's trading with. So that's his team.
This is Puka. He is a young competitive team, like you said, but he doesn't have any draft capital.
Check the team that's giving up Rice. Did it say who it was?
It's not gonna let me search, I guess. I'll just find Rice.
So
this is the team with Rice. So he'd be offering up,
I would rather take one of the 2s off the board and get Javonte than I would Pacheco. So take a 2 and Pacheco.
That's a good counter. Yeah, that's a good counter. So if you take if we counter this, we take Pacheco and the 2.
Yeah. And then get Javonte. Because I think reasonably you're in a contending window. You get production equity. Javonte Williams, a guy we both have ranked in our top 36 for redraft. Yeah, maybe he doesn't have the 19, 20 point per game ceiling, but for a team that's in a contending window, if you're going to trade Puka Nacua, who can legitimately be a 23 to 25 point per game receiver,
you need to upgrade 2 starting lineup positions as a result of that, not just get your draft capital back or whatever the case is. I don't know if this is his picks or someone else's projected picks or whatever, but also as far as what picks project where, push for the mid 1st as opposed to the late 1st. Use the Flock My Teams analyzer to try and determine which 1st would be better for your team as well, and not just take the true contenders 1st off of his hands if he doesn't really care. Some people are dumb enough to just give you a 1st and not really worry about whose 1st it is.
Yeah, Javonte would be great. And I don't disagree, Scribbles, which is why I have Rice ranked below Pickens in my rankings.
I think they're both Ayuk, if I'm being honest with you. 2 years from now, they're going to be doing Ayuk shit, in my opinion, both of them.
Maybe.
Even though Rice is already doing it.
Why does Ayuk have any value in this?
Yeah, speaking of Ayuk.
Also add Tank Dell. Go ahead. I don't care. Add Tank Dell to the side. Did you see the report, by the way? Actually, you didn't because you said you haven't been seeing the reports. But at Texans mini camp right now, all the buzz has been on the 2 second-year guys.
Iowa State guys. Yeah, I did see that, actually.
Okay.
So the reason for that, though, just to give you an idea, is because Tank Dell is in walkthroughs and on the side doing positional drills. That, to me, I don't really take any stock into Higgins and Noel being ahead of him right now because they are healthy and he is being ramped up. So come training camp,
I think that's reasonable.
If we hear Higgins and Noel are clearly the 2 and 3, Tank Dell's still not ready or something like that, then yeah, I will definitely capitulate a little bit because I have Tank Dell actually a lot closer to Higgins than he is to Noel in terms of my best ball rankings. Like the two, like I have Higgins lower than where he goes right now, but I actually have him and Dell a lot closer than like whatever it's like 110 versus 180 in ADP. I have them like both in like the 140s, if I'm not mistaken. So I do think it's a pretty ambiguous wide receiver core.
If I'm taking one of the ancillary receivers on the Texans, the only one I have been taking is just Noel in the 18th round.
I've been taking Dell just because I'm doing a batch of drafts this time of year where I think Dell will have a lot of CLV for once he's back
one
on
way
the
or
field.
another.
He'll go 150 overall kind of thing.
Well, he'll go one way or another because the inverse of that is Noel gets the hype and his ADP drops. But when he's going in the 16th, 17th round, are you really concerned of him becoming an 18th round pick?
I guess my point here is I'm taking a crap ton of Nico Collins, none of Jaden Higgins, and a little bit more of Dell than Noel. That's kind of my takeaway.
I haven't been taking
and I've actually been taking a decent amount of Schultz as a third tight end as well.
So I haven't been taking Higgins because point blank simple. Can you tell me with a fucking straight face why Jaden Higgins goes above Jalen Coker?
No, I can't.
Like, what the hell is that ADP?
I mean, better offense, I suppose. Anyways.
Really, though? Is it?
Yeah. I don't know. Tank Dell to the Bucky side of this. So you're getting the better running back, the more secure running back. I mean, in a world where Bucky's healthy, which does sound like he's getting back to practice and his shoulder's a little bit better. Breece Hall and Bucky are probably a toss-up production-wise if Bucky was healthy, but we don't know if Bucky is healthy. Jalen Waddle versus Kraft, Ayuk on Dell on this side. This side is extremely risky, even with Dell on it.
Give me the right side, yeah.
I tend to think the right side's a slightly better side of the deal, but it wouldn't shock me because there's so many outs of winning this side of the deal. And I just did the Denver Broncos projections, and I am getting irrationally high on Jalen Waddle. And I'm semi-concerned about Kraft starting on the pup, but generally in a dynasty format, it's also a 10-team league, so the tight end's going to have a little bit more value in that format. Not a tight end premium, though. Pretty fair trade, honestly. I can't really belabor it too much. Breece Hall for Addison in a mid first. Yeah, I think you got to sell Breece for this price tag. This is pretty good return for him.
Yeah. And then especially if you can liquidate Addison, you're probably not going to
even if you only got an early second for Addison. This is a pretty good.
You can deal. Tell me you got a mid second, and I'd be okay with that too. Also, I can tell you right now, Dylan, there is 0% chance that Juve lets Yildiz leave.
Also, there's 0% chance we mention soccer again on this stream.
It's far more likely that Yildiz is back on a big time term extension than he is going anywhere else. Like Juve want to build around
100% chance we'll mention it again. Does this trade make sense for me for my rebuild? Hunter, Stowers, Coleman for Judkins in a mid to late second. So, I mean, pick one of those rookies they cancel out for the mid to late second, whatever one you don't like. Eli or Coleman's probably worth about a mid to late second in 2027, give or take. Sure, Stowers. So Hunter and Coleman then for Judkins. What do you think of that part of the trade?
Pretty reasonable. If you're trying to compete, I understand trying to get the points of Judkins. If you're not competing, then it's just for me for my rebuild. If you're rebuilding, then I
think I would just hold the upside of Hunter, Coleman, and Stowers in that situation. Because Judkins, as much as I do actually really like him for rebuilds because he sheds point production off of your team. I actually maybe not based on my conversation with Doc yesterday, who a lot of you guys were really excited about that conversation. Appreciate all the support that video has gotten, and it objectively being a part of it was really valuable for me. So I am sure.
Yeah, I watched some of it too
as well.
I watched some of it. Shout out Dr. James, because honestly, like how clear he was speaking, the mic skills and everything along with it too. Obviously, on top of just the expertise of being literally an orthopedic surgeon, like that was a really enjoyable video to watch, even just from the side.
Yeah, and I did mention to him throughout the video and at the end of it, like I'm sure love to have him on again and even potentially do some stuff for the draft guide behind the scenes as well.
Might have to put him on to Mason and see if he can. I
did. I did tell Mason about him yesterday. Need Doc back every other week during the season. So the one thing he did tell me before we started recording is that he does generally think that every week talking about injuries in football can be a little monotonous because they're all the same type of injuries that are constantly happening. But definitely maybe like, once a month or something, we could have him on during the season where there's like a big rash of major injuries to talk about. But I can cover, for the most part, like hamstring pulls and high ankle sprains on like TikToks and shorts. You know what I mean? Like we don't necessarily need a doctor to be on the channel for a 45-minute video every single week to talk about that stuff.
Probably not, Dylan, because as soon as we are done all of our reviews, like I said, I would prefer to get done before 2:45, so that way I can go to my nonos and watch the game.
Yeah. How about you support us, Dylan, you bum? Dak Prescott for a mid to late 1 and 2 in 2028. Yeah, I think as a competitive team, I'm assuming Jason is in need of a quarterback, which, I mean, to be honest with you, Jason, like I get why you're making this deal, but Justin Herbert and Drake May and Aaron Rodgers, why do you need Dak?
Fair, but also look at the go scroll up.
I mean, he's gonna have a Thanos after he makes the trade, probably.
Yeah.
I guess my question would be though, like, wouldn't you just feel better with your liquidity?
Yeah, I mean, like again, I just think that's a very good price for Dak. So
I mean, Burden's like his wide receiver 9. Realistically, like he can't do anything wrong on this team. So
that's
if you want to go buy Dak, you can. I just don't think you actually need him.
Yeah. I guess it is this context here. It's a 10-man league, so like maybe you hold for now, but like your pick's gonna be 112. I'm cool giving up 112 and 212 for Dak.
Yeah, I'm fine with that too. Just in general, and maybe you could flip him for something more or something like that.
So my no became more of a big time soccer fan. Like realistically, once he came to Canada. Sorry, I drew a blank. But yeah.
Okay. Dylan, I'm going to put you on timeout again if you keep prompting Danny to talk about soccer.
Relax, bud.
So AAQ sent a super message with no text in it. I'm going to send you a trade question because I don't know what you were trying to say. So we'll fire you one there. AAQ, if you're listening to this. Get ready for the lumberjack, baby. Should we show AJ's video?
Let's go.
Should we show it?
Show it. Yeah.
Here, pull it up.
Represent
on the
bet.
Thing. So AJ, for those of you guys that are living under a rock, the Flock League auditions are going on right now. And AJ, who, if we did a bar of who's supported us the most on the site, AJ would be a Thanos relative to the rest of you people, essentially. So including Arthur, who's also been extremely supportive of us. AJ submitted his clip.
And don't worry about the average rating. Shout out Paul, I love you, but he had a bunch of minions just completely skew the fucking ratings.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's what happened. Maybe everyone just loves Paul.
No, but I mean, when the third place team has a 3.7 rating, like there's some funny business that had to have happened.
Yeah, I do think those are the correct like top 5 though, to be honest, as far as like who's in the top 5 there. I mean, obviously our boy Notorious, we want to get up there. I think we might need another clip from him though, if he wants to compete with some of these guys. Let's go to the lumberjack here and watch AJ's clip.
This is the fellow that ripped off Flock League 100,000 times. So
he hasn't done it yet. It's tonight that he's doing it.
Oh, I thought it was Friday night.
No, he did.
Oh, today is Friday night.
He did 10,000 times already, but he's going to do 100,000 times this weekend.
Here. So where are we? Later. Let me.
So if you go to contestants and scroll to the bottom, you'll be able to see everything.
Okay. Sounds good. I don't want to expose what I have some of the videos rated, so I'm going to go here and then click down. Give me 1 second. I could show you, AJ, because you're here, but
I don't care who people thought I voted for. Like, to be fair, like the fan vote is going to matter. We're going to take it into account, but ultimately the creators are going to decide who's in the league. So it's going to matter though. Like if the fans want certain people in, for sure.
I'm not going to expose who I gave a 1 out of 10, so I'm just going to go like this. But AJ, I gave you the support.
I gave you a 10 out of 10 too, AJ, because I just want you in the league as well. And also your clip was good, so let's watch it.
Yeah, it was indeed.
We have sound.
Yeah, it should be, right?
The Flock League has been unbalanced for too long. He's watched, he's listened, and what he found was disturbing. Bad takes, fraudulent rankings, and now the chopping begins. They call him the Lumberjack.
What a fucking beast. What a beast.
So he's got a to be continued on there. Obviously, we're waiting part 2 of the lumberjack, and I think AJ's got a good premise so far. It's a good, like, he looks like a lumberjack. Obviously, once you see his face, especially too, he's got a big bushy beard on him. So,
and Flockonymous, nothing that's actually on the site actually realistically matters in the grand scheme. Because I could put a number on the site right now, and then when we go onto the video, I could rewatch it and completely think something different.
You're misunderstanding his question, Danny.
Oh, I thought
he's asking if only one clip is going to be showed as the contestant on the site. And because Flockonymous has submitted more clips than anybody, if I'm not mistaken. So he's probably wondering, I've submitted more than just one clip. Why is only one clip showing for people to vote on? I'm assuming is what he's asking.
So basically, we will have certain intervals when we record. So I'll just expose this. We're doing one batch of the recordings this week on a certain day. I'm not going to say the exact day, but hint, nudge. If you're going to get your best clip, make sure you get your best clip in by, I'll say, Monday or Tuesday for ease sake.
Yeah, I mean, for what it's worth, we're going to record more than one audition video. Like, certain people, like Antler Ice texted me and he said his clip is not going to be ready in time for Wednesday, but there's
multiple periods.
Yeah, we're going to do multiple audition videos. Essentially what we're doing is nominating the best 10 for the first video, and then for the next video we'll nominate another best 10 kind of thing, and then eventually we will have a finals situation where there's like 5, 10, maybe more people left over, and they make another clip, or etc. We're going to watch those all again. So yeah, there's definitely been some very, very good clips submitted so far. Like, I think Dynasty Wizards clips have been really solid. I think that Paul's clip was very good. Notorious had a great clip. AJ submitted, in my opinion, not even just like biasly, I think objectively, like a top 5 or 6 clip as well so far. Yeah, and then Tommy's clips have been both very good as well. There's been a lot of really good ones so far. So anybody who does want to submit to join the Flock League, you got your work cut out for you so far, for sure.
Yeah. And again, maybe some people think, oh, whatever it shows on the website means whoever's first can get. That is not how it works. We're going to be getting together. Maybe Mason's going to say, oh, there's some aspect where we do a community.
Maybe it's a tiebreaker for us,
tiebreaker,
or something like that. Yeah, like it's going to matter. And yeah, we would support you, Dylan. But yeah, you got to be. I don't know if 18 is going to cut it. You might have to be 19 or something to be in the league. I'm not sure. 21 potentially, but. Yeah, if your clip is good, we'd vote for you. But AJ submitted a good clip. We're not just going to vote for AJ because he's in the audience. I gave him a 10 because his clip is good also.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's keep it rolling here so we're not here every day or all day. Jerry Sandusky class bombs away, baby. I don't even know what this means.
Jerry Sandusky is crazy. What the fuck?
This is crazy.
Who submitted that? It's got to be someone in stream right now.
Maybe, yeah. But also, yeah, I should say, biasly vote for AJ. Yeah, if you guys are in our community, go vote for AJ for sure. If Paul can fucking rig shit and tell people to go vote for him, we're going to tell people to go vote for AJ for sure. And Notorious as well.
Am I in this league? Check team.
Speaking of AJ.
Here's if I'm in this league. I am not, but holy fucking Thanos. Look at that bar.
Yeah, is that
it's got to be a Thanos, right?
That's no, the person below him. Is that Slatch?
Yeah, that's Slatch. Oh, bro, Los Osos and Drew Winter, those are the OGs.
Yeah, literally. We are throwing our strongest competitor, both figuratively and literally, out there. So
that's the thing. Like the bits too. It's like fuck. I would like. I'll probably even say when we go through the clips, I'm like. Usually I would suggest doing a max bench competition for draft order, but if AJ's in the league, I already know who's going to pick first.
Yeah. I will be picking 12th in that situation. I already made this deal to get Genty. Let me know. So yeah, I mean, Trevion Henderson too late. Okay. So he got Genty in the deal.
All day.
I mean, all day, especially given the strength of your team. You're a Thanos. Definitely makes sense.
I could put Bush standing next to him. Bro, I've been watching Los Pollos since like 2015 when he was playing 2K, but George, like
Nathan, don't talk shit about Nathan, bro. He's not only because I don't know what we're doing for the draft order, but based on what Mason has told me about the logistics of said draft order, it's something athletic. I know that it's something that involves athleticism, and I promise you, Nathan is the most athletic out of all of us.
Wait, so Flockonymous on his other YouTube apparently has been a member or a subscriber for a while. So now I'm very curious.
Of us?
Of us or of Flocker, either or. Yeah, feel free to clarify. But that is funny.
I mean, he's got to remain anonymous though.
Yeah, obviously he can't. He's not going to say who he is, but like
right.
he could say who he watches mostly. Yeah, Alpha kept his fucking jokes when you put on the Rocket League streams too.
All right. Fake soccer. That's even more fake soccer. Ginger Ale again.
That's literally fake soccer.
Ginger Ale. It's more real than actual soccer. Already made a deal to get Brees. Let me know. Okay, so you're keep putting shit inverted on here, but yeah, Marvin Harrison and Jack Besh for Brees Hall and Travis Kelce. I think this is a pretty easy smash. I'd rather have Brees Hall than Harrison, and Kelsey's a better asset than Besh, especially as a competitive team.
Bro, can we talk about too? Shout out Jay. We've got a couple comments. So shout out Dr. James. But at one point he was like, in one word, not really. And everybody's like, I don't think that's
How
one
is this
word.
guy a doctor? He said in one word and then used 2 words. Yeah, I saw that. That was funny.
Yo, appreciate that, Flogonimus. Appreciate that. Yes, sir. Appreciate it. RL catching strays. Yo.
Of y'all. Okay. Apparently he's an OG of us, which is cool.
Appreciate that.
Well, we'll give you more love then. We didn't know that because you're anonymous.
We actually had no clue that. Yeah. Let me go.
If I could give you one piece of advice, Flockonymous, to increase your chances of winning the spot, I would go further on the quality side than the quantity side, because I know you've been quantity-wise probably posting more than anybody. I would refine the amount of clips you're posting and try and stick to more quality clips if you can.
Oh, so it's definitely somebody that's been an OG like around all of us. Then.
Interesting. Okay.
So now my mind shifts. I'm like, the most active users in stream chats and comments.
Interesting.
As long as we find out the grand reveal by the time you show up to the draft, if you win, then I'll appreciate that.
I'm sure we will.
Go.
Anyway,
can't show the camera though. Obviously,
no, can't show. Washington colonizers here. We got so Juice 10 is our first review that we're going to talk through. He is a Dynasty Decisions 2.0. Again, I will plug it one more time. If you guys want a free Dynasty Decisions 2.0, which Juice 10 actually did take advantage of, you could sign up for an annual Mother Flocker right now using our promo code FSE only. You will get access to a Dynasty Decisions 2.0 voucher, and you can submit your team, and we'll break it down, workshop it live, and then after the fact, between live streams every Friday, you will have your Dynasty Decisions 2.0 at some point during the week. Usually, ideally, we try and get those out as early as we can, but sometimes it's a little later in the week. So first up, we have thinking 1-year rebuild. He said he has the pipsqueaks first, which definitely helps you. Should I make any moves to tank harder? So he is a strong rebuilder, as you can see here. And then, yes, he has the pipsqueaks first all the way down at the bottom. A lot of great foundational assets with, Neighbors and Tate and Gibbs and McBride and Hunter and those types of guys that you can build around. He did also send a message to me in the DMs. He said, if you think I should tank, is it fair game in a true 2 quarterback league like this to trade away down to only having 1 startable quarterback, and everything is fair game in the leagues that we play in, at least. I don't know if your league mates or your commissioner will feel differently about it, but it's fair game. If you want to take your quarterbacks off your team, you can do that.
Bro, how many leagues, Corey, before I was competing, that I would be starting like Kyle Juszczyk and Mike Tolbert and shit in the running back spots?
My starting running backs in Flock Me Sideways are Le'Veon Moss, who just recently retired, and Keelan Black. Those are my starting running backs.
I think I currently have
only 2 running backs on my team, actually, is what I should say. They're the only 2 running backs on my roster.
Yeah, if you want to trade Cam Ward and Bryce Young and start fucking Klubnik and Milrow or Fields or Rattler or fucking Diego Pavia for the memes, like, go ahead.
Pavia Milrow duo, for all I care.
Yeah.
I mean,
throw Derek Carr in there for the vibes.
Points for, again, because that's the one challenge that some commissioners would have with this, is that if you intentionally are benching Bryce Young or Cam Ward in a
don't bench them, trade them
for league, then that's tanking.
Bro, genuinely, if you can only get 75% value for fucking Bryce Young and he's your only startable quarterback, because by then you had shipped off Cam Ward and that comes week 4 in season, sell him for 75% value and have no quarterbacks and go for the 101 and the 102, because you have the pipsqueaks first and you have your own first. Realistically, when I'm looking at this team, I would say the other thing too, if you can down tier from McBride to Loveland just because the age complex.
Any of these older assets, period, like Metcalf, McBride, Hawkinson, Rodriguez, guys that are like more competitive assets, you can tier off of them for younger players or picks. That's obviously step number 1.
Like I would say my general holds would be Neighbors, Tate, Hunter, and Ward. But again, if you get a great offer for Ward, feel free to do that. But my general holds, like if I'm just looking at this at face value, would probably be Ward, Neighbors, Tate, Hunter. Gibbs would be interesting simply because I think you can get such a fucking haul for him. And if your winning window is next year or 2028 anyways, may as well do your due diligence and see if you can get fucking Hampton plus 2 1s or some bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, Gibbs to me is just one of those assets that's almost impossible to replicate. So that's why I'm like not totally opposed to holding him, because it is only going to be like a 1-year retool that you're in. Most likely you're going to be in a house money window next year. But like you said, if it's possible to go from Gibbs to Genty in 2 firsts or Gibbs to Hampton in 2 firsts or something like that, then by all means explore that. Jeremiah Love as well would make some sense. If you can get younger than Gibbs, that makes sense. But I'm not going down to like Bucky Irving or something. You know what I mean? Like, make sure you're still getting an absolute stud who's young.
Yeah. Like genuinely, when I look at that, I would rather have a young piece and 2 firsts of liquidity, or just completely do it from the liquidity perspective.
And Henderson and Judkins are not enough, even though they're young pieces with 2 firsts of liquidity. I would want Gibbs over Henderson or Judkins in 2 firsts
all day. I would rather legitimately just go for 4 firsts at that point in the future. And obviously try to target like the purgatory teams, try to target like, I mean, you already got the
I mean, it might be hard to find a purgatory team that has 4 1s. But
fair.
Because they're probably not a purgatory team. They're probably a strong
very good
builder.
point. So I'm curious, Corey, go by contending, because I'm like, let's look at some of the targets that maybe we can exploit. Yeah, Juggernaut, strong contender, maybe not, but
yeah, I mean, other than so you're in good standing because right now you are in possession of the 101 and 102 because you have this guy's first. But yeah, if you go to like New York State of Mind, like you have guys that you can convince this guy that he could use. Like you go, you could use, Cam Ward or something. You could use DK Metcalf.
Parker Washington would help this team a ton. Maybe you could do, I mean, can you do something along the lines of Parker Washington in a piece to get this guy's 27-1 and tell him, hey, you're 8-6, get Parker Washington.
Give him Metcalf and Parker Washington and some, Chris Rodriguez type.
For his 1 and 2.
For his 1. Just a single. I'll take it just for his 1.
I would do his 1 too.
Yeah, like this guy's not going to have any significant production increase from those players. And at the very worst case scenario, that's a mid first, not an early first.
Appreciate you, by the way, Flockonymous. Appreciate you for popping in, and very curious who you end up materializing to be.
Yeah. I would continue to just reach out to, like, this guy is a perfect example of a team that could use Cam Ward. You could offer him, hey, I'll give you Cam Ward, DK Metcalf, and Chris Rodriguez and Tyler Algier, and you could probably compete this year. If you give me your 27-1 and your 28-1, I'd do that kind of thing.
Yeah. Realistically, those are going to be your target teams, because ultimately, once you go 6 on, you get the strong contender, you get the juggernaut label. I mean, it is pretty remarkable.
Yeah, realistically, like there's not a ton of teams that are just like absolute wagon contenders. Like they're all generally, they look like they're in okay like contention shape. But yeah, definitely going to behoove you to not target like this guy's team.
Cockadoodle is crazy.
Yeah, Cockadoodle. Bad News Beers, like. Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do with a team in this state. And here's the thing that's fun about teams like this, because you and I have both been in this situation more than once. Obviously, these teams, when you have just these young, appreciating assets, your only goal is to get rid of anything with a pulse that's above the age of 25 that's giving anybody any production. So during the season, the only thing you have to be on the lookout for really is the team that thought they were contending that aren't. That are like 2 and 4 who still think they can win, that you can go, hey, I'll give you Parker Washington, DK Metcalf. It'll help with your wide receiver injuries. Like those are the opportunities that you have to count on during season. That's the only activity really that you need in the season the whole year, other than maybe, a Malik Neighbor who's already on your team actually, but like a young receiver, like a Malik Neighbor's getting hurt with like a hamstring pull, that you could buy low on players like that if you want to.
Who has Loveland?
Loveland. Because he does have McBride, right?
Because again, like I'm cool keeping like the elite tight end, but if you can get to Loveland, like bro, like this guy's got 2 1s, this guy's got receivers to compete, he's got Lamar, he's got Kyler, like you can give him a package that he would probably be willing to go for.
Would he give you even Loveland in one of these firsts for McBride? I think he'd probably be willing to do something like that, right?
Pull something back to
Beers has like the second best contending asset here. So like, I mean, it should be a late first.
We'll go back to our team here, Justin. 1 second. I mean, fuck, could you throw Parker Washington plus Trey McBride, get the earlier first in Loveland? I would do that. Get dad gangs first, and then you say, hey, I would be willing to throw you Parker Washington as well back, and somebody's gonna be like, oh my god, I'm getting an 18.5 point per game score, which is higher than a tight end premium, and I'm also getting a guy who finished the year so strong that's getting talked up right now. Like, DK Metcalf, if he prefers that.
There's obviously to foreshadow the 2.0 that you're gonna get. Out of this roster, Rodriguez, Algier, Charbonnet, Washington, DK Metcalf, Addison potentially as well, Hawkinson, even like McBride to some degree, if you can tier down into a younger tight end. Like somebody offers me Warren and 2 firsts for McBride and 2 or 3 of these, random pieces to help get that deal.
Addison and Algier and shit.
It doesn't always have to be Loveland. I know we're always talking about Loveland as part of that deal, but it could be Fannin plus. It could be Warren plus. It could be, you know what I mean? Like obviously Loveland plus is the easier tier down because you're still getting an elite tight end who might be, future Hall of Famer type talent. And the other thing too is you could just try and pivot straight into Bowers as well if somebody's worried about the Raiders offense and you want to just get the younger of the two.
Yeah, no, I think that would make sense. But overall, pretty clear moves to make. Get anything with production that is over 25 off this team, liquidate into some more future capital. If you have to go,
and we'll see you next year for your DD 2.0 of your Thanos or your Juggernaut.
And that's what's going to be great about it. You're in a strong rebuilder already. Man, you play your cards right. It is going to be a Juggernaut of Thanos. So keep up the good work.
Yeah, there you go. So mystery meat here, Krusty Crushers. This is a regular live DD, so not a 2.0 here.
Sounds good.
He said he's been aggressively trying to pursue a running back or 2 to no avail. Everybody's prices are so far over market value. I'm thinking about taking this team in a different direction now, which is good pivot by you based on what your league
with the Thanos too. With the Thanos, so
just blowing it up. He said trades Lamb, Smith, Mahomes. Should I do that or have a house money season? Embrace Woody Marks RB1. So I mean, having a Thanos with Woody Marks as your
he's not the Thanos. He's the number 2 team.
Sorry.
I'm saying
there is a Thanos, correct?
I'm saying he thought about going the competing route, but he can't get running back production from anybody. So he's basically saying like, because there's a Thanos and because I can't get the running back production I need to realistically compete with him, do I instead try to liquidate my older assets, punt it a year, collect all the 2027 picks, 28 picks,
and maybe just by draft the time your running backs next year?
And honestly, that's probably going to be better off for you because this guy just finished a fucking 14-0 season. Look at that team.
He has the top 4 of the top 5 players in fantasy this year. Jamar Chase, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Bijan Robinson, Jahmyr Gibbs are all top 5 picks in redraft this year.
Yeah, this guy is going to dominate for the next 3 years. You want to be the team that dominates after his reign. Realistic goals. And we say this all the time because like 99% of dynasty players are going to look at your team and say, you are the second best team in this league, which probably, if you sort by contention, he's probably going to be second best.
He's probably quite close to that. Yeah. He's number 4, obviously. If he had picked up a Jacobs and a Henry or something, he'd be number 2 probably.
But like, you could theoretically get yourself in a position to compete for the second best in this league. And like, that would be a fine decision to make. But realistically, your value in terms of contention is 4,309. If we go to that top team, probably 8,000.
John? Yeah, 8,700.
He's double your contention value, and you're a top 4 contention team in the league.
Like you're going to be a 10, 15, 20% chance. If you, assuming all goes well, you're in the championship against that guy, he's going to be 80% favored over you.
Yeah, the projection might be like 87-13 in the championship.
And that's with everything going right for you as well.
Yeah. So I would agree with this aspect because when I look at this team, like outside of like Lamb, Smith, DJ Moore, Patrick Mahomes, like you can make the case all of those are young appreciating assets. So you can replenish your window, realign your age demographic on this team, push your contention window to more so the 2028 through 2032, 33 range. And all of a sudden that if you play your cards right, like I definitely do think you can get to the Thanos label. Like you're basically implying right now that the league market in your league heavily favors contention, heavily favors running backs and high producing players. Like
it also tells you that your league mates think they can compete with that guy too.
Well, yeah, go check.
If they're not willing to trade Achan and those guys, then they think they can win still.
How many purgatory in teams? Like how many strong rebuilders versus contenders?
Look at 5 teams in purgatory. 5.
And a pipsqueak. Renegade. What are you doing, buddy?
Oh, he's Saquon on his team. What are we saying? Like, if this guy isn't willing to sell you a running back, I don't know what planet he's on, but what you should do instead is sell him stuff for his firsts and seconds and stuff.
Dude, genuinely, you know what you should do? Corey, go sort. This is sorted by contention, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Go to the bottom again. Renegade, Juggernaut, Saucy Spaghetti, like all the fucking bottom 5 teams. You hit them all up, say, hey, I'm willing to sell. Do you want CeeDee Lamb? Do you want fucking Devontae Smith? Do you want name all these elite players and try to go after their 27 first, their 28 first, or if you can, get fucking both. Because ultimately what I'm hearing right now is there's a bunch of tacos that Thanos took advantage of. And now it's your turn, man. Hey, get off the bed. It's my turn.
Yeah, exactly. So you can get, was that a
crazy line.
Step Brothers quote?
No, just made it up.
Okay. It sounded like something that would have happened in Step Brothers if they were jumping on the bed.
I would off the bed. It's my turn.
Yeah. That's the Step Brothers quote, right? That I could easily be.
Might be.
Anyways, yeah. Go to this guy's team. Go, okay. Hey, you want to give me your 27-1, your 28-1, and your whatever for Devontae Smith, I'll throw in DJ Moore on top of it to help you compete in this league. I'll throw on X, Y, and Z player. Bottom line is Smith, DJ Moore, and Patrick Mahomes don't fit your build, and Lamb. So Lamb, Smith, DJ Moore, Patrick Mahomes are the ones that need to be traded from your team. So find the teams, like Danny said, 7 through 12, get their ones, get their young players, tier down if you need to. You find a team trying to find this guy's Cam Ward. Could you tier down from Mahomes, get Cam Ward and 2 firsts, or damn near close to that kind of thing?
That's what I'm saying. If people are like, "Oh, no way, I'm going to sell you Devon Agent. Oh, no way, I'm going to sell you Chase Brown." Blah blah. I get it.
That's what your market's telling you, that they're all thinking they can compete. That's what they're all telling you clearly.
Your market's
in a league that you and I are in, it would be pretty easy to acquire Devon Achane from a contending team. It'd be pretty easy to acquire Saquon Barkley and those types of players.
Dude, this is the type of league that would give 2 1s for Kyron Williams, when in one of our leagues you got people crying that they can't get 1-1 for a month. And Jared, I know you mentioned that specifically to me in the DMs, but it also fucking reminds me of me when I've tried to sell Kyron Williams. Dude, I have to put him on the fucking trade block for a fucking month. I have to send offers to everybody, and nobody wants to buy Kyron Williams.
There's certain assets that are in the Bermuda Triangle of dynasty value. You cannot get a first for them, but you will not sell them for a second. And Kyron's in the Bermuda Triangle of dynasty value right now.
Well, Jared knows. So I used your specific thing as a reference because quite literally it's been the exact same thing in any league I have Kyron. And he asked me, he's like, do you have interest in Kyron? I'm like, honestly, I have him in so many spots and I can't fucking sell him. So at this point, he's just a hold for me. You
I'll
mentioned
buy Kyron from you, Jared.
Hey, there you go. Maybe I sparked a deal.
What league? What league?
Disciples.
Disciples? I'd buy Kyron in Disciples.
Go buy
Kyron. Do you want my lottery ticket fucking 2029 wide receiver that you're about to draft? Because you could probably take it, to be honest. My Debbie pick that's coming up in 3 selections, I will trade you for Kyron Williams right now if you want to do it.
I might have just ignited a deal there. So shout out the boys.
I'll take Kyron Williams over that any day of the week.
Corey, please tell me you saw the name in the Debbie pool, Booby Feaster.
Yeah, I did know that. I did know that was a name, a human. I need your 5 and 7. Well, it doesn't sound like I got to compete with anybody for value. So frankly, you'll take my 5 and like it.
Hey, yo.
I'm not giving you my 7 too. Why would I give you another pick when no one's giving you shit for the guy? Yeah. That's all I'm saying. I'm bidding against myself here. You can't sell this guy. You've been trying to sell him for a year. I'm offering you a life preserver right now is the way I look at it.
Yeah. Hey, Jared, you're finally going to be able to sell Kyron.
You're still not going to get shit for him, dude. And what happens if he doesn't produce and this quorum stuff is real and now you just let a dead asset stay on your roster?
Well, that's the thing. It's every player that you can't sell, I feel like it's always the same rationale. Not just you, Jared. Everybody, it's oh, I can't sell him now. I'm just going to hold him until he's produced. It's there's just certain players that nobody just want to buy at any period. Kyron is just so sexless, so auraless.
Yeah.
If you just substituted his name with Chase Brown,
Chris Godwin.
Like,
Chris Godwin has been an asset that I have tried to sell on contending teams for about 5 years. And no one ever wants him. He was producing like a 19 point per game season in 2024, and still people wouldn't buy him.
Dude, people don't give a fuck about actual production value. They just think, oh, like I don't want to do that for him.
Anyways,
I'm victim for that though, too. To be fair,
Michael
Wilson,
yeah, another good example.
Yo,
AJ Brown. I if people aren't willing to buy AJ Brown, I don't know what to tell them. I'd buy AJ Brown in a heartbeat for a late first.
Michael Wilson's another one where it's like, oh, I want at least an early to mid second, but like nobody's paying that right now.
Not a soul on earth is giving you an early to mid second.
But that's what I mean. But I don't want to sell him for a mid to late second, given how he played.
The only chance you had to sell Michael Wilson is to sell him for an early to mid second this year.
Yeah, which is that even worth it given the fucking range?
Well, I mean, considering he's like one of the worst receivers in the league.
That's just pretty. That's just range bait, but I appreciate it. Wait, I'm so dumb. I dumped Kyron yesterday.
You sold him yesterday, and you're still offering me him?
Yeah, yeah, I forgot he did that because me and Jared made the trade. I remember he did that trade with Eshane because he's like, if I make this deal with Eshane, I'll make the deal with you. And then Eshane accepted it. Swift is another guy nobody wants to fucking buy. Nobody does.
I bought Swift from you.
Yeah, but like you're different. Like
to be fair, Jared has Swift in this league, if I'm not mistaken, and he's tried to offer me Swift as well. I'll take Swift for my Debbie pick that's on the board right now.
AJ Brown for the 207 in a late second.
The offer you sent me, Jared, was like 3 Debbie picks for Swift. So no shit, I'm not going to trade for Swift in that situation.
Yeah, I would keep AJ Brown for this year's 207 in the second. I think I would want more.
Is Willis an easy sell? Yeah, I think so.
Depends on for what.
But also a Bermuda Triangle asset that you're not going to get a first for, that you probably would be upset with the early second for. And even then you might not get that too. So
you might not even get the price that you'd be upset about.
He said he bought him for that. I got
solid.
AJ Brown for the 207 in a late second. Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, that's an easy deal.
Thinking I would be able to find a first. Yeah, I mean, if he was on the trade block for that price in your league, you're probably better off just holding him, to be honest.
Yeah, I would say so as well.
Okay. Anything else on Mystery Meats team aside from, sell Lamb, Smith, DJ Moore, Patrick Mahomes to a young tier down, etc. Anything else? What about the tight ends? You going to sell Loveland or Sadiq on this team?
No need to.
Or you just want to hold Sadiq and hope he hits, and then you can sell him later?
Yeah, no need to right now. Because like Loveland's obviously going to be an elite producer, but I think where he's valued right now, his value is going to go up probably about 30 to 40%. Like, I know that sounds crazy, but if he is producing 16, 17 points per game in the season, why would he not be going in the mid-second next to Bowers?
I don't know.
Right? So like, even though it sounds outlandish, 40% value increase for a guy that's already like a top 35, 30 asset in Dynasty. But like, if he's a top 20 asset by this time, or top 18 asset by this time, week 6, week 7, week 8, yeah, that is about a 30 to 40% increase in price.
It is. It is indeed. He sent the Swift trade. I'm gonna like 99% chance I accept it, Jared. I want to double check who's on the board for that selection. Because I haven't done a single shred of Debbie research on this league yet. So I just want to see who's there.
Yo, my fucking haul was nice. I love it.
Oh, really? You love the 7 Michigan players that you took?
I mean, you're
so exploitable. You got tacos like Danny just drafting every Michigan recruit ever in like the fucking first round of the startup.
I mean, I guess he just didn't watch Savion Hyder play or Andrew Marsh play.
The guy's one letter short of being named Hitler, and you want to draft him.
When he's the next Bijan Robinson, you're going to be saying, sorry, Danny. I'm sorry I doubted your expertise. That is the buzz, by the way.
Bro, drafted Zach Evans 2.0 at like 103.
The guy's 6 foot, 220 pounds, entering his 18-year-old freshman season.
So was Raheem Sanders.
Sure. Watch the guy play. It'll be fun.
I'm not watching high school tape. That's Statch.
No, he's going to play for Michigan this year.
Yeah. What about Jordan Marshall?
I like Jordan Marshall too. Jordan Marshall's a good back, but it's almost like saying, like, are you going to fade Bijan Robinson because Roshan Johnson works out of him?
Stop comparing every recruit to Bijan Robinson.
I'm not doing it for every recruit. I legitimately think Savion Hyder is like the next one up.
If he's the next Bijan Robinson,
I said the same thing about Jeremiah.
Buy you a steak dinner.
All right, deal. I said the same thing about Jeremiah Smith, by the way.
And you can buy me a drink in Austin if he's not the next Bijan Robinson 2 to 3 years from now.
I'm on a real tight range of outcomes here.
Well, I think those are good odds. You have to buy me a drink. I have to buy you a steak dinner. It's like probably minus 800 that it doesn't happen. So
let's spark it. What do we want to do? Like if he goes in the top 10 of the NFL draft?
Yeah.
If he goes in the top
He's got to be a top 10 NFL draft pick and comparable as a prospect to Bijan Robinson.
Top 10 NFL draft pick. So like if he's like Jeremiah Love or
Jeremiah Love, I would give you. Yes. If he turned into Jeremiah Love or Genty or anybody like that, I would give you it.
Okay. Good clarity. I am on the same page.
All right. There's a bet. Someone in the chat earlier said, I want to hear Bush
tape
bets.
it down.
There's one of them.
Dude, I can't even. I'm not even going to keep glazing him because you know what I'm going to say.
Let's keep going.
Have you at least watched Andrew Marsh though? Because he actually played for Michigan last year. Okay.
I don't care what your opinion is on him, to be honest, because you just love him regardless. I'll watch him eventually, but I don't care what your opinion is on him.
I mean, when he fully got the starter snaps, he was producing like Malachi Toney down the stretch. So yeah, he's pretty good.
Anyways,
and I don't have to say anything about
meet. He had pretty much just
one thing.
Should I sell the guys? And yes, that's what we wanted to do.
One thing.
What's up?
I don't have to convince you on Jaden Ball or Drew Mestamaker, right? Like when we removed the.
No, I like Jaden Ball's profile is pretty solid. Drew Mestamaker, I know like some film guys have been quite high on his tape and whatnot.
Yeah,
generally pretty good picks. Yeah.
Perfect.
Forever Drought here from Chef. We got to speed these up because we're taking more than 10 minutes per team so far.
Correct.
So Chef, shout out to Chef first of all, because I think this is like one of the at least third or fourth time he's submitted a team here.
Is it 2.0 or 1.0?
It is go back to advice. It is a 2.0. So
sounds good.
All right. So Chef here won the championship in the first year, tore it down too soon. Somewhat active league. Once the season starts, it will be fully active. So it's kind of like how my redraft league with my buddies would work if it was a dynasty league. Did trade away 101 for Burden and 103. So
who did he get at the 103? I'm curious. So if we check
probably see it in a second. I effectively wouldn't have done that because I prefer Jeremiah Love and let's call it a 5th round startup pick where Burden is going to, Makai Lemon, who would be my 103.
Well, let me ask you: if Carnell Tate fell to the 103, does your tune change at all?
I would still prefer Jeremiah Love, but it would be closer. Traded 104, 110, 111 for Ladd and Achan. That's a great move.
That's a great move.
I mean, Achan's easily worth the 104 and 110 in my opinion, and I think Ladd's very easily worth the 111 in my opinion.
All day.
I've done due diligence to trade / tear down from Achan in May. We'll try again in season. So looking at his team here. So like you said, he kind of tore it down and he won the chip in the first year. So it sounds like he made this deal with the anticipation that he would get more for Achan. So I don't totally hate your strategy. You just created more work for yourself is the only problem. Because with your team construction, getting 104, 110, et cetera, fit your build more if you can hit on those picks. But given the weakness of 110 and 111, I understand why you made the trade. It's just that you now then have to sell Devon Achan later on.
Which, again, might be an issue because you said somewhat active only when the season starts is what you implied.
So you need Achan to be producing at a super high level in order to get proper value for him, which I feel pretty confident he'll be producing at a high level.
Well, yeah, if you told me you turned around in season, you sold Achan for a mid-projected 27 and 28 first, I think that would be you easily got your value back and more.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, given what you paid for Ladd and Achan, it was just a good trade. Were you reasonably going to get the asset caliber of Achan and Ladd with 104, 110, and 111? Probably not. You also haven't had the draft yet. So you're still going to add Makai Lemon, presumably, to this team. Or
hopefully Carnell Tate.
If Tate ends up falling to you, then him. But 204, 205, 208, 310, et cetera. First off, given the state of your team, don't be afraid to punt some of those picks into 2027 or 28. Somebody offers you their 28, 2 and 3 for the 208, take it. Somebody offers you their 27 second for the 205, take it. That's the situation that your team is in for sure. So definitely explore those. And also don't be afraid to trade down, get more bites at the apple. Somebody at 207 wants to give you 207 and 304 for the 205. Don't be afraid to do deals like that because this team, you're kind of I've made this analogy before, but I haven't done it in a while. When the Carolina Panthers and the Jacksonville Jaguars entered the NFL in 1996, one of the rules that they were allowed to do was they had unlimited cap space they were allowed to bring in as many free agents as they possibly wanted and just work out whoever they wanted to see and then cut a bunch of players at the end of training camp. Essentially, what you'd be doing with your draft picks here is if you trade down, collect more picks, take a bunch of mid-round stabs at players, you're just like giving everybody on your team an audition to make your team in 2 to 3 years from now. And if certain guys prove themselves, you hit on the next Bucky Irving, the next Tyrone Tracy, the next, X, Y, and Z Jalen Coker type of asset, then you keep players like that and you cut bait with your Xavier Hutchinson misses, your Keandre Lambert-Smith type misses.
Yeah. I'm on the same page.
It's just an influx of young receivers and running backs, essentially, is what you're going to be doing. And this year, specifically with 204, 205, 208, 310, probably take another dart throw at tight end or two, potentially, given the strength of the tight end class that we had in those mid rounds.
I mean, realistically, you're still liquidating the entire vet core of this team, right?
Yeah. And any veteran players I'm going to liquidate. Like once McConkey, if he's having a breakout JSN type season or whatever, then yeah, you definitely would want to liquidate him for much more than what you paid for him. Achane, same thing. James Cook goes down for 2 games and Ray Davis is starting. You're going to liquidate him as well. Same go. May and Nix and Laporta even too are fine building blocks, but I also wouldn't be opposed to selling Laporta, assuming he's back healthy. You could get Fannin in 2 seconds for him or something like that and get younger at that position.
Yeah, I think that would make a ton of sense realistically if you can liquidate those guys in season. If we go back up to the top and sort by contention, I'm assuming you're probably bottom 2 or bottom 3, which would be a good spot.
Yeah, he's number 11.
2. So how do we pass McShamus? If we see McShamus,
he's the one he made the Love trade with. So he's going to add Jeremiah Love to this team. Once he adds Jeremiah Love and presumably Jordan Tyson or Jadarian Price at 105, this guy's going to have much better contending assets than you do.
Holy crap, the 27 first this guy has.
Yeah, I would maybe, I don't know what McShamus's mindset is, but I would maybe inquire to see with him if he's thinking he might actually be able to compete with a couple of good moves and see if you can acquire some of his 27 capital from him. Because you and I both would never do this, Danny, but there are people out there that once they added Jeremiah Love, let's say they get Jadarian Price too, and they go, well, I'm actually just like 1 or 2 receivers away from being competitive. And they'll sell those picks before their rebuild is kind of up and ready to actually be fully realized.
Never hurts to at least shoot a message to him like, hey, like you're adding the 101, 105 this year. I was just curious, are you planning to potentially compete? Notice you have the 27 ones. I would be willing to give you some production for a couple of them.
Yeah, like glaze his team a little bit in the DMs. Like, hey, you have Odunze, you have Worthy. Like you're gonna have, let's say he adds Price and Love with the 101 and 105. You're going to add 1 or 2 more good receivers, and I have some good receivers for you. I can give you Ladd McConkey. I can sell you Devon Achane if you want more flex production. I'm just looking for capital, and you have a lot of capital, and I think you could be competitive if you made some moves.
Yeah, it might be unlikely just given the status of like he's probably just in a wait and see and wants to use those 27 ones. But if he's making an aggressive move up for the 101, maybe you can leverage that against them. Hey, now that you have Jeremiah Love, I'm just gauging where you're at here because Love and Hampton are just such a fierce duo. You add a receiver and some more producing pieces, and all of a sudden you can compete in this league.
He has 4 or 5 first-round picks. Like he could offer you some for Achane and McConkey pretty easily. And at 105, maybe he takes Tyson, and then he's pretty much wheels up, ready to go into a house money window, which I actually don't even think is a terrible strategy for him. It's just that maybe he should be more patient than that. The other, obviously, what we say all the time is find these purgatory teams that have absolutely no chance in hell of actually competing in this league.
Mark Cheeks, come on. Yeah, you're telling me you can't get a good deal on Mark Cheeks?
Yeah, this guy's name is Mark Cheeks for a reason because he's Cheeks. He has his 27. The best thing I like when we're doing these reviews is when you see a bunch of purgatory teams that have all their capital because you're just like, all right, great. That means they're going to be ready to make a move. You know what I mean? Like when they don't have their capital, then it's like, okay, well, what am I actually going to get from them? Because I'm after the thing that somebody already beat me to the punch. They got the capital before I could get it.
Also, Jared, counterpoint, the offense was throwing the ball like 22 times a game. So even if it looks like doesn't matter the context, the fact that you can produce that level that he did with that low of passing volume, it's pretty intriguing because I do think that's going to go up this year.
Yeah, no, for sure. So anything else on Chef? He says, like he said, done due diligence to trade and tear down from Achane. And
that is one thing I will say on Chef. So I've been in a couple leagues with him. He is very active. He's always looking to try to make moves. He's always trying to do his due diligence. Like, I know, like, if we tell him to do something and if we outline his 3 decisions, he's going to get proactive and try to get that done, which is good. Because again, that's how you position yourself the better in the future. You want to be getting Jeremiah Smith. You want to be closing the gap in terms of value. Because if we go back to Dynasty, you were what, the number 7 ranked? If you can get to like number 3 or number 4 by this time next year, maybe by 2028, you're in the top 2, then all of a sudden you can transfer some of your production or some of your team value into production value. Like, I do think 2027, 2028 would probably be the window, assuming that you can liquidate into capital. Now, the only unfortunate part is that guy has kind of monopolized the 27 class. So realistically, your window is probably more in 28. Those are probably more available picks. People are probably more willing to give them up in abundance. So just play your cards right. And honestly, I trust that you're going to be able to perfect the process here.
Yeah. And of course, like, we're going to give, this is an example of one of the ones I did for Stevie this past week in last week's live stream. Like, he's in a very similar situation where he's like trying to get younger off of certain players, like a tier down from Mahomes to, you know, guys like going after guys like Neighbors, hold your young studs, shed your risky assets. That's always going to be kind of like the 3 formula decisions for teams in this state: is shed your risky assets, tier down from players to get younger, and go and acquire studs at a discount if you possibly can. How many more reviews do you have left? Should I submit one? I think we have, let me give you a status update here. We have 6
or 7
in the queue right now. So if you submit it, we'll get to it for sure.
Yep.
But yeah, anything else on Chef, or I think we're probably good here?
I think we should be probably good. Again, if you have any other context you want to give us about the market, or maybe just some questions, feel free to leave them in the DMs. And of course, like we always said, if you do have context, try to get it in within the next 3 days or so, because I'm going to probably start working on them this weekend. And obviously, of course, the timeline for these, we could try to get them to you right or at the very minimum before the next stream.
Yeah,
so
for sure. So let's keep it rolling here. Last week we had like 25 too, and we have far less than this week.
Well, that's the thing. So if any of you guys were on last week's live stream, check your Flock DMs. If you're curious, where's my DD 2.0? All of them have been sent out. Corey sent his out, and I sent out the remaining 2, I believe, this morning.
Yeah, so you should have that if you guys did submit last week. And again, we had probably almost triple the amount of DD 2.0s last week as we have this week. So the people who are on this week's stream are probably going to get theirs a little faster, I'd imagine. Lomalom here. This is a complete teardown and rebuild. Sold Jamar, Dak, Sutton, 310 for 112, 27 first, 27 second, Dart, and Bucky. We'll talk about that more. Thoughts on this? Sold and flipped players like Achan, Taylor, Javonte Williams, kept May, acquired young pieces and a lot of picks in 26 and picks in 27. Am I headed in the right direction? So looking at his team, I would say generally you got a decent framework. I mean, having, what is that?
I mean,
5
elite value on this team, but I mean, I guess if you're high on Dart, it makes sense.
If you're high enough on, if you're high on Dart, let me actually put it in the calculator on my separate tab here. I'm going to put this deal in the calculator.
The way I equate it is, assuming this is a mid to late one, if you wanted to say that Dak in the 310 versus the 27, 1 and 2, assuming it's mid to late, give or take.
I'm going to put it in the calc so we can visualize it a little bit better here really quick. I just want to do that so we can show it. Yeah. Okay, so he sold. So he got Dart, Bucky. Bucky's obviously, unfortunately, probably lost some value in the last couple of months. Yeah. So Dart, Bucky, 27 first. We don't actually know what first. I'm just going to put mid because I have no idea where that first is.
Right, because it's one of the first.
Yeah, he has so many first. It could be any of them.
Check out Jamar.
Okay, yeah, I guess we could check. I mean, he's getting Jamar and Dak and Sutton. I'd imagine it's probably not a rebuilding team.
Well, that's what I mean. Just check which team, because I am curious where they show up on the analyzer, if it's more of like a mid contention or okay, so it's probably
like
109
I mean, he's got
or
Bijan
later.
And Chase and James Cook. Yeah, it's probably actually
109 or later,
to be honest.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling this is not going to come out looking extremely good for you based on what I'm seeing here. And 112 in 2026. Okay, and then you sold off Chase. So to give you an idea, you're barely winning on just Jamar Chase. So like if Jamar was the whole package that you gave up, with Dak in this trade, you are now slightly losing, and then Sutton in the 310.
You're just probably losing.
You're not getting robbed, but you're it says you lose.
So I guess I get it more because, like, theoretically, there are some people not on Flock that are really high on Dart. Like, they're like, oh, he should be a top 16 startup pick. And it's like,
yeah,
if you're very believing on Dart, like, who are we to just tell you, hey, like, no, like, fuck you, like, Dart's not that. Like, again, we're lower on Dart comparatively, but like, if your value on Dart is similar to like where we value, I'm trying to think, mid-second quarterback, that's young. I mean, because Caleb Williams and Drake May or Caleb Williams and Jay Daniels aren't going to fall down. Who's the next year quarterback? I'm trying to think. Like,
Herbert and Purdy and Lawrence.
I would like. I guess there's no like real middle ground between Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams versus that tier of quarterbacks. Then, eh?
No, there isn't. The next quarterbacks off the board would be like more competitive guys like Herbert and Mahomes and Hurts.
So I guess theoretically, if you value Dart as like the 18th overall asset versus as opposed to where we have him, which is more so the late 20s, early 30s, like it's probably going to make more sense to you. But in the grand scheme, like you're submitting for our opinion, and our opinion is that we would rather have went for a different option here.
Yeah, and not that like these guys don't necessarily fit your build or anything.
And also
like
the
that.
112, I have no value in.
I know it's like the 112. You probably drafted Jonah Coleman there, I would assume.
Tarot, Bell.
Probably Coleman that he drafted.
Probably Coleman,
I would imagine. So. I mean, again, I like the framework of the team that you have. I think you got a lot of upside on this team. First and foremost, you got to sell Bucky Irving to anybody who's going to buy him. Hopefully, you can sell him for pretty good value, like a mid one or a late one or something at the very least. Hopefully, you can get that. You might be stuck holding him for a little bit, and maybe you believe in Irving, and that's why you bought him or something.
Well, so the thing is even though we disagree with the move as a whole, at the end of the day, you have your quarterback situation pretty much figured out on this team. You have a young running back that can gain value with Tune, another guy that you can sell for capital with Bucky Irving if he bounces back, another young back that we believe in with Jonathan Brooks and Jonah Coleman and Nick Singleton. And like you have a lot of youth and upside.
Not to mention the 5 firsts and the 3 seconds that he has next year as
well.
So
like, even though we can nitpick the deal itself, realistically, this team is objectively in a very good spot. You don't get to number 2 on the analyzer with only a 200-point discrepancy from first if you didn't have a ton of value on this team. So am I headed in the right direction? I think the answer is
number 12 in
absolutely.
Contending rankings too. So he's got the opportunity, like, because his receiver core is missing studs, obviously, but Jeremiah Smith is a stud. Like Cam Coleman's a stud. Like you might just add your studs at wide receiver and tight end respectively, maybe at running back as well in the 2027 class with your picks.
Yeah, so in terms of grading the trade, we would probably be more so at like the C range just because we're lower on Dart. But if you're higher on Dart and you view it as like a B+, an A- deal, like I don't blame you.
What pisses me off is I want to be high on Dart, but everyone's making it so hard to do that. Like I really liked Dart, the prospect, but everybody's just basically dubbing him the next like elite quarterback in the NFL. Yeah. So it's like almost impossible to be higher on Dart than the market is.
Yeah, and he said sold and flipped players like Achane, Taylor, Javonte, kept May, acquired young pieces, a lot of picks in 26 and picks in 27. Yeah, you did it perfectly right. Realistically, you position yourself to the bottom of the board for contention. You're now the sole favorite to get Jeremiah Smith. Bro, you add Jeremiah Smith to this team along with, let's just say, Jaden Baugh and fucking Cam Coleman, like, and fuck it, for that matter, too, you do have 527 first. Theoretically, you can cash them all in on rookies, but you're also going to have buying windows of players that are already in the NFL this time next year. Just because you're not competing in 2026, if the right opportunities present themselves come the 27th
I'd be willing to send a Malik Neighbors offer with a team like this. Given the picks you've already built, like if it costs you is, your 27
Bucky Irving and 2 1s or something like that,
or something along those lines.
The later ones, obviously.
Your 27, your 28 first, and then one of your later projected 27 first, and Bucky Irving. I'd be willing to be selling for Malik Neighbors just because he fits this team so well.
Yeah, I would too. Or you can just sit pat, say, hey, I have this first round monopolized. I know the fear of missing out in my league mates is going to keep increasing. Oh shit. May 9th hits, my rookie draft starts, and now all of a sudden the 105 goes for a fucking gold mine. Like if you know inherently how your league kind of behaves in that capacity, definitely be patient. But if you can get Neighbors at a discount because the guy's like, oh fuck, I need somebody to compete right now, and Bucky Irving's going to be a producing piece because maybe he's back at OTAs by that point.
Maybe he wants Tootin instead of Irving too. Like I'd be fine selling Tootin instead as well.
Yeah, I'm on the same
Tootin's
page
also
there.
risky. Also, like as much as Tootin's a young player and he could continue to gain value and stuff, like there's no guarantee that he's going to be like a league winner or anything like that. So you could also sell him as part of that deal. But yeah, I think generally you're in really good shape. He did ask in the DM, should I sell Drake May? And I would just say this, because you have 5 of the first in 2027, there's probably not another team in the league that has the requisite draft capital or pick value that's going to be able to actually buy Drake May for proper market value.
Yeah, like
if you could hold him, he's a 23, 24-year-old quarterback that fits your build.
Yeah, like if the question's like, oh, I can get Caleb Williams in a 1 of value, okay, maybe you explore something like that, but unless like a specific opportunity like that's available, like if we see who has Caleb Williams,
yeah, so if we find Caleb, and like you said, it probably, this guy, I mean, he's in a competitive window. He's probably doesn't care that much about the difference between Drake May and Caleb Williams from a production standpoint.
But like if that guy said, hey, I'll give you Caleb my 1 and 2 because he's a really contending team, pick's probably gonna be late. I'll give you Caleb in my 1 and 2 for Drake May because
then
I prefer Drake over. Yeah.
And I wouldn't tear down far, like you said. Like I probably wouldn't even tear down to Jaden Daniels, to be perfectly honest. Like I'd probably only do it for Caleb Williams.
Yeah, like Daniels, maybe you do Daniels and 2 1s for May and Bucky Irving or something like that. Like that'd probably be where I would go.
Like if you're making, do you accept like somebody offers you Cam Ward and 3 1s? Do you accept it? Because I don't.
No, not on this team. Look at all the liquidity you have.
That's what I'm like. That's a young quarterback. Maybe he's worth 2 1s someday. It's like, no, I'm keeping Drake May.
Like if you're in a teardown situation, obviously you're licking your lips at that type of valuation, but. Again, you're a rebuilding team, but you're number 2 on the analyzer. You're rebuilding the right way. You have a ton of capital. Like, is getting more you're going to want to get more capital for like your fringe production pieces, sure, but like, is more capital just to tear down from a super safe elite asset like Drake May into Cam Ward really worth it? Probably not.
No, probably not. And we got time for it, Thomas, if you want to submit it.
Go nuts.
All right. So next team we have here is from Adam Keever.
What if Thomas was low key just flock anonymous?
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, I think Thomas has got bigger fish to fry, man. Thomas is a big time finance bro, from what I understand. Sir. I don't know if he's got time to be flock anonymous.
I don't know, man. I don't know. That might be a sneaky one.
Anyways,
your team is cracked, but I'll be I will mention one thing, by the way. AJ's bragging.
79% is very good. That's better than mine.
So mine is, I think, 76%. So
it's better than Danny's too.
You got me. I mean, the fucking purgatory flocking right definitely isn't helping my case, but still 76% is strong.
We also play in 80% of the leagues we play in. Everyone in the league understands who we like and who we don't like, and our strategy. So
it's fair. Yeah, you got to get me in more leagues with like Los Osos and shit, so I can get the portfolio percentage up, AJ.
Yeah, Thomas, do you want to pay for my wedding, bro? This guy's you know what's
my oil business? Holy shit!
You know what's fucking crazy? I'm still a child, obviously, as you guys understand. We're talking about a fake football game for a living here. This is as childish as a career gets. I tell this to people in real life all the time. I'm going to be married in 3 weeks. 3 weeks from today. That's
Jesus.
You and I started this channel almost 7. Like this will be our 7th NFL season that we're covering, and I lived in my parents' basement. So,
you want to hear a crazy fucking stat that's gonna make you feel holy shit, right?
What?
So next year, obviously, I will be turning 27. We started this when I was 20.
Okay.
A quarter of my life, we'll have been doing the fantasy stock exchange. A quarter of my life.
Yeah, we need to get you your own place, brother. You haven't moved an inch since we started this channel.
Dude, so that's the thing. People are like, oh, you still have it. It's like, if I can fucking save money and like not have to worry in that regard. And obviously, again, I pay my mom. I give her fucking like more than enough when it comes to like a rent per se. But like, I contribute a lot financially here. But at the same time, it's like, I know that there's warm meals. I know that it's a place I'm comfortable. Yeah, I know that
classic Italian son. It's so prototypical.
My nonno lives around the corner. Whenever I want to see my grandparents, they live around the corner. Like it's the life, man. It's
you don't have any desire to like live, because when I was
I lived on my own in uni.
I know I moved out on my own in 23, or not on my own with Maria, but when I moved out, I was like so sick of living at home. Like I wanted to like knock my parents' daylights out like once a day because they did shit that bothered me, like where they would put stuff, eating stuff that I would leave in the fridge. Like that shit was the stuff that drove me nuts. Yeah. It wasn't about not saving money. Like obviously I would have stayed at home and saved money too. Obviously that was a huge benefit. I just like needed to leave. Like I felt too old to be in my parents' house still.
I mean, me and my mom would never like step on each other's toes. We'd all like it was pretty civil in that regard. Like maybe if there was like more people consistently in the household, that would be one thing. But when she's not home and we're done, and I get like my own alone time pretty much too.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. And I get along with my family. It's just when I was living at home, I didn't get along with them as well as I get with them now. It was just a very simple fact of I needed to leave. Like I was too old to live at home. I had grown out of living in my parents' house is what it felt like.
It's kind of the opposite for me in the sense that when I lived, not on my own, because obviously I had roommates, but it was 2 or 3 roommates at a time when I was living in Guelph. So I lived in 3 separate places. First year I lived on residence. Second year we were renting at a place that was probably about a 5 to 10 minute drive from campus. And then the third year we were basically living in like an apartment penthouse style that was also about 5 to 10 minutes away from campus. And all 3 times, maybe it's also partially because it was during COVID. So I just naturally had, I guess I would say, less inclination at staying in the area for school because school was online anyways. But if I was prolonged stretches in Guelph, I would make excuses to come back home and drive home because it was almost the inverse. Like you said, you were sick of being at home. I was almost sick of being away from home.
Stereotypical Italian son who's a mama's boy. That's exactly like the stereotypical Italian son. Like Joey from Friends, for example, is a huge mama's boy. Like every Italian son is.
I mean, at the end of the day, if you have a good relationship and on top of that, I mean, like objectively speaking, I want to be close to my grandparents in this time of their lives. Like I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And,
by the way, like you don't have to move to a new country, Danny. No, you can move within Hamilton.
I'm more so saying that with the aspect they literally live like around the corner. Like I could walk there and it'd be a 5-minute walk. Like, you know what I mean? It's like that type of convenience I can't replace.
Yeah, I guess if I were in your position, if those were like the things that I held important, I would just move to a different house in the same area so that I'm close to my mom and my grandparents still.
It's just,
I guess if you don't care, I mean, that's fine. I would care.
Like I've lived at this bungalow for the last 26 years of my life. Like I'm comfortable, you know? Yeah. And that is fire. Taking the grandma for a beer. That is fire.
I think Thomas is giving us some insider trading knowledge in the chat. He's like, we'll talk offline about referrals for my oil business. I'm trying to buy a house, and I'm going to need some insider trading to do so in this economy in Canada. So
give me the insider tips. I can get some money back into some stocks if you have the insight.
Yeah, and that's my whole point. I get along very well with my family. I did not get along very well. Or I was starting to, I should say. I was starting to not get along very well with my family because I was there too long.
That's a good point, but I haven't cared about anybody but myself in terms of just focusing on myself.
We'll DM on Discord for us to talk. All right. If you could make me my wedding cost back, Thomas, I will entertain your conversation here.
I don't know though. The ladies might care about like the living situation, but I also think
they care about Danny. They might care about it. They will absolutely care about it.
You didn't let me finish the joke, Corey. If they care about that, they're probably going to care more so about the fact I spend every minute of my life watching sports pretty much.
Yeah, that's true. They will care about that too. I can confirm that I don't get to watch college football on Saturdays anymore.
Man, I don't know if I can do it.
You got to pick your battles in that situation. You can't just watch like late night UEFA Champions League soccer or whatever the hell you spend your time doing when you got nothing else to do.
Wait, so you're saying if there's a UFC Saturday and I'm just at the laptop for 8 hours in a row, not acknowledging anything else, that it probably wouldn't go by well?
Unless you have a lady who's just like doesn't give a shit. I haven't met a woman like that, so good luck.
Bro, from 5 p.m. to fucking 1 a.m., we will be seated on the couch watching prelims to main event.
Yeah. Danny's going to do the thing where he goes, "It's such a great card," to his girl. And she's going to be like, "You say that every fucking week, dude."
Please tell me you're at least watching the White House card, though. Please. At least watch a couple fights.
Maybe. This is UFC's impact on my life. If somebody invites me over on Saturday night because they're watching UFC, I will indulge. If it matters, it does not matter to me to watch it or not, though. Like if it could be the best card of all time. I'm not going to go out of my way to watch it.
Bro, but it's Topuria and it's Pereira. Like those are the two main events.
These names change once a week, by the way. You'll be like, dude, sick card. It's Velasquez and what? Like you don't know who Velasquez is? Like,
Velasquez is an OG
the best
name.
Fighter in the world in UFC changes on a weekly basis, it feels like.
Bro, Velasquez was the OG. That gas tank for a fucking heavyweight, that guy was a beast.
Anyways, let's keep it rolling here.
I'm making my girl watch the White House card with me so I don't cry. Oh man. Oh, dude, I feel for Gaethje. Especially, dude.
He's annoying.
Well, he basically called Ilya out this week in the pressers and like basically implied like, oh, that's why you're divorced or something like that. Like calling him an asshole. And Ilya just like, man, Justin, I wanted to respect you, but after that comment, just expect a rose next to your head after I start you or something. Like he said it in his own like elegant way because that's how Ilya fucking communicates. But basically said like, yeah, I'm gonna leave a rose by your deathbed after I knock you out.
Yeah, I agree, Scribbles. I don't care either.
You guys got to watch UFC, man. Come on. I mean, I showed Corey, but I got the OG photos from like 2004, 2005 when my parents were with like Dana White and shit.
Bro, what do you know about going to a farmer's market with your in-laws? Like, that's what you need to learn a little bit about. I don't have time to watch UFC when I got to be up at fucking 8 a.m. the next morning.
Yeah, our fault, Adam, by the way. Let's get back to the reviews. I went on a whole UFC and living situation tangent.
Hey, Adam, don't worry. It'll be time stamped to when we actually got to the start of your team because I've been time stamping as we go here. And we're going to actually get to the start of your team now. So it's a fresh startup, 6 point per passing touchdown. That's crazy. PPR, 1 point PPR tight end premium. So a 2x premium. The team with Burrow is trying to tank in 2026. He's open to moving Burrow for Purdy plus a 27 first. He'd also entertain Purdy, Casey Concepcion in a second. Is having Burrow chase stack worth mortgaging my future? I have no QB3. My RBs are risky and my wide receivers are aging.
So let's sort by contender.
I mean, of the two of them, I would rather do Purdy, Concepcion in the second, right?
I would as well.
Than Purdy in the first.
Especially if you can get like a vet back that's worth
nothing to him. When you think about actual market value, though, wouldn't it actually be better to do Purdy in the first? You can sell Concepcion for a competitive receiver of similar value, like Waddle or something like that, if you wanted to.
Yeah, but you could also sell the first for a competitive receiver or running back.
I guess it's easier to sell the first than it would be to sell Concepcion, probably.
Sort by contention. I'm curious.
He said wide receivers are aging. I mean, Sutton and Pittman, I'm guessing, is who he's referring to, and like Jennings.
Yeah, and Jennings.
I mean, for a new startup, this is a pretty solid team. I guess my concern here is in a start 11 PPR. Like, I don't know if you got the running back firepower to hang with some of the other teams.
That's what I mean. Sort by contention, because the only two teams ahead of them were strong rebuilders. So you're number 5 in contention. Say you make a move. You're not
beating Henry Jacobs McCaffrey team in year 1. I don't think.
I mean,
with that kind of firepower at wide, like this is the 4th contender. Keep in mind also. Like this guy.
Let's see Adam's team again.
I mean, like Genty Barkley, like you got.
He's got Chase Lamb though.
Bucky Irving though.
Yeah, I mean, running backs aren't everything. Like he's got Chase and Lamb.
In this iteration of fantasy football this year, in my opinion.
I mean, Chase and Lamb could give you fucking 43 to 45 points per game.
But like, if you look at his redraft underdog ADP value of his team, he has 2 players inside the top 6 rounds. Like of ADP and redraft. It's just Chase and Lamb. The rest of his players are outside the top like 6 rounds of redraft rankings. Maybe 5 rounds if you include Bucky and Price are kind of on the fringe of that.
Yeah, Price.
Like there's if you look at his,
what's the score? Like it's only a 700 discrepancy, and you got to think if you're adding Burrow, you're probably getting like 300 or 400 of contention value.
I guess I just look at a team like this. I go, okay, Taylor, AJ Brown, Rice, Higgins, Bowers, even like Montgomery, Jones, and those guys. Like I just don't know if you're gonna be able to beat a team like that without adding a significant hammer at running back.
Yeah, and I guess theoretically, all those teams also still have their picks to be able to deal in. I mean, do they? Check if those teams have their picks, because that's also another factor. If they've all dealt their, have all of them all dealt. No, they haven't dealt their picks.
No, they have their picks. Maybe the all-in label's glitching at the moment, but yeah, I mean,
well, it's probably just sorted by where they rank in terms of picks in the league.
Yeah,
that's probably skewing it.
I mean, it's a new startup, and it appears that nobody went rebuild out of the startup. Like it appears that everybody kind of went for the like balanced approach, like try and contend right away kind of situation. I wouldn't be opposed to actually going the other direction and selling Dak.
I agree.
And trying to 1-year punt this.
I mean, knowing that context, again, the way he kind of worded the question, I assumed that he was going to try to compete. When I saw he was the top ranked team in the value that had a strong contender tag, I'm like, yeah, sure. But knowing that there's all in teams, knowing that there's teams realistically that are all trying to,
like
win the
even like this team here thinks he's competitive. Like this,
that's Kaka.
here thinks he's probably competitive. Like pretty much every team has like 2 good running backs, 2 or 3 good receivers, a solid tight end, and a solid quarterback core. Like every team is balanced pretty much is how I would almost describe this league.
Yeah. So, I think that would be actually the pivot I would make here. Why don't you go to the Burrow manager and say, hey, listen, like, why don't we do the inverse? So, like, do you want to compete? You have Joe Burrow. Like, what are you saying is the team with Burrow? He's trying to tank in 26, right?
He's trying to tank. So he might be the one guy that's gone, hey, I mean, I guess
let's look at Daramo.
Have gone strong rebuilder. So it's not like there's nobody going rebuilder.
Let's look at Daramo.
Daramo here. Yeah,
how's he planning to tank?
Mahomes, Stroud, etc.
How is he planning to tank?
I mean, maybe he's thinking if I sell Burrow, I can then sell Mahomes, and then I can strip my team down to the studs, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, makes sense.
I mean, this is a challenging position to be in, honestly, because I think
it's just so hard because
it's too soon to know. Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. It's the first year of her startup. I'm assuming you did your startup probably within the last couple of weeks. If you're saying fresh startup. A lot of these guys are probably going to be unwilling to make a deal unless it clearly favors them. So at this point, it's probably your best interest to just adapt to whatever comes in season. Like if you're seeing signs of this team, and you're like, oh, maybe I can.
Price is the top 10 running back and Bucky's the starter, then by all means. But he did actually say in the DMs the other day, my worry with giving up my 27 first is that if either of Burrow or Dak get hurt, which both are very reasonable, my season is cooked, and then I would have nothing to rebuild or retool.
I kind of agree.
And he said, are my running backs good enough to compete for the championship? Because he said QBs, tight ends, and older players went early in the startup, which even though there is a couple rebuilding teams, for the most part, it seems like everybody's trying to compete. He said it's $100 a year. People want to get that money right away. Especially in leagues where it's for a high buy-in, I have noticed that a lot of people are going to try and go all in when there's a high buy-in like that.
Scribbles, contextually, yes, because if we're talking about this team maybe not being able to fully compete to the top end this year, then at that point, you got a 27-year-old Chase and a 28-year-old Lamb, and how many 27 and 28-year-olds go in the top 12 of startups?
Yeah, like they don't all go in the top. Like, so even Chase, like Chase is a pretty young receiver still. Like he's still probably going to lose a little bit of value.
He's a week older than me.
Yeah, he's got a chance of losing a little bit of value unless he like fully has a 26 point per game season or something like that.
Why is JJ McCarthy even in your rankings?
Guilty as charged, Bush. In our league, I'm all in for the money. Yeah, I mean, while you're
is that in Flocked Up?
Yeah, Flocked Up. I believe. Did he win the league last year? Or he was close to winning the league last year.
He was close. Now
that was a competitive playoff field. I remember last year because my team was really strong. Your team is really strong. Tom's team is really strong. And it was Devo who won the championship, or
I am currently, I believe, ranked as the #1 contender this year and like a top 3 team on the analyzer. And I missed the playoffs by 1 game because I think you mentioned it, but I think it was literally due to you losing to someone like you weren't expected to lose to. I think it was Gleason.
Yeah, I think
in the final week.
But who won the league? I can't remember who won it. Yes. Okay. Thomas won the league. Yeah. Tom
won it. Okay. Yeah. This league is really
my team's a wagon, and I didn't win the league last year. Like I look at my team and I go, everybody's like really good on this team, like for contending purposes. Like I'm 4th in contending value, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players that go in the top 6 rounds of underdog.
Well, like exactly. Like we look through this whole league. There's some older deals here too, but like you look at the bars, like Bailey's got the strong rebuilder because he collected all picks and young players out of the startup. Like he's like, if you know Bailey, you know that he's going to tank the first, the second, maybe the 3rd year.
I think Bailey spends like $80 million a year on his vehicles. So I think he just doesn't care about the cash that he's losing early on.
I mean, like this is the way to do it though. Like he's top 4 at 3 of the 4 positions, and he's got 327-1. So he's going to be a very strong team to deal with for a while. I'm the #2 ranked team by value, and I'm about 500 or so behind him. And I didn't make the playoffs last year. I literally lost in the last week of the season. That costed me my playoff round.
Yeah. Well, and if you look at my team, I think I was first in points 4 in the regular season last year, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, because my team was like a wagon of good productive assets, even with most of my receivers getting hurt or having shit happen to them. Like my Bijan, Kyron, Bucky, like Javonte, Jacobs wagon of running back core just carried me.
Look at these contention bars, bro. How do you get any closer than this?
It's tight, man. It's tight at the top for sure.
Bro, there's 6 teams between 5,000 and 6,000 of contention value.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be a fun year for sure. And hopefully I don't have experience of getting left out again like last year, because I need to make playoffs.
But yeah, to get back to Adam's question here initially, I would say that I would look at this team and kind of do the long, hard look in the mirror test. And even though it says you're a strong contender, I wouldn't be waiting for something to happen. I know that's sometimes our advice. I would be proactive on this team just because 10 of the 12 managers are thinking they're going to win. And even like these teams that are strong rebuilders labeled, I bet you these teams, if you pointed a gun at their head, they would say, I think I can win. Like, it's not.
Well, like none of them have only one of those guys.
This guy maybe is like a full rebuilder.
Yeah, Bishy's gonna want to keep his picks, but oh my god, he's got Papalos and Apple's picks. It wasn't Papalos like 10th.
This guy's 7th and Apple's is 9th.
Apple's was 9th. That's it.
I mean, yeah, there's still some opportunity. I guess the point being is that you could make some moves to try and tear it down in 1 year punt. And he says, I have no quarterback 3. My RBs are risky. My wide receivers are aging. Yeah, like you have enough problems with the team to the point that I wouldn't just feel confident going all in. So I would be looking to shed some competitive assets, trying to get younger. Can you tear down from a Lamb into a younger receiver plus some capital? Can you tear down from a Chase to a younger receiver plus some capital? Can you move off of one of Pitts or Kincaid? Can you move off of Dak Prescott for a younger quarterback? That's what I would be doing in your situation, just because I do think that the majority of your league mates think they can win, which means you have plenty. It's a seller's market for you. Like you're going to have plenty of options to sell to your league mates who want a running back, who want a wide receiver, who want a tight end upgrade, who want a quarterback upgrade. So I would be the one who's collecting assets as opposed to the one who's selling them.
So now I'm curious. Shout out mwaller because I see the description of the next team. Is there any other input you have other than literally if you can try to retool, but unfortunately because it's a fresh startup, it might be a little bit of a process getting people to bite?
Honestly, I think it's gonna be easier because it's a fresh startup.
So?
Because I think, like I just said, I think he has 10 buyers for stuff.
Yeah, then definitely try and go nuts. But yeah,
it's a 2.0. So we're obviously going to give him a lot of advice beyond this, but based on everything that you've shared with us in the DMs and everything else, I think that the direction of said 2.0 is going to be along the lines of trying to tear down from older players and get younger and punt it to the future. So mwaller's team.
So this is what I was laughing about because he actually submitted a live review on his one quarterback team. He said 12 team start 9. I have it pulled up here. So we reviewed his team, I believe, on the last live stream. It was a live DD mwaller. He said he got JSN, Olave, KW, my 27 first. And apparently we were just we couldn't stop hating on his one quarterback team. So I'm curious, why do I not see it show up in the...
I mean, this is a super flex league, so it's obviously not the same team that he's talking about here.
Okay, Herbert. So Herbert, it's the team with Herbert. No, I know. I was just trying to get a reference point of what we were saying on the last team.
Okay, I want to make sure I have the right team here because I don't see the name of the team. Since you guys could stop hating, neighbors think I'm selling dope, which should be revisited. Any thoughts on my super flex squad?
Dude. His one quarterback team was the team that he sold all that, and then we basically said like, oh, well, your team's not nowhere close to contending with the top teams, and now you don't have your one. Like that's what we were saying.
I see.
I remember now. So sorry, I just wanted to find the reference for that because
it sounds like he may not have learned his lesson because in this question he's asking, I would like to win and I need running back help badly. It's a fairly balanced league I commish. So yeah, it does look relatively balanced. I've been debating buying neighbors with a 27 first, despite having lots of wide receivers. Now I want to make sure I can actually see which team it is. I guess if I go by starting lineup, I'll be able to see it. We just find the Burrow team because his team wasn't okay. He's a juggernaut.
Oh, you're the top team. Yeah, you're
the top team. I mean, yeah, you do need a running back badly for sure. I'm not going to rely on Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. Ideally, I would actually want 2 running backs for a team like this. Even if it's like a hammer plus like a Swift or something like that, I would probably want 2 guys. I mean, the move that sticks out to me right off the top is I'm very much okay tearing down from one of your quarterbacks and collecting a running back as a part of that deal, whether it's one of the top guys in Jaden Daniels or Joe Burrow, or tearing down to a riskier player like a Cam Ward or a Bryce Young or something and collecting a running back for Jordan Love.
Who is Genty?
Yeah, I mean, let's look at where Genty is because given your winning window of Hampton as your RB1, like your winning window almost 90% of the time is determined by what running backs you have. So
Love maybe.
Yeah, this guy is Genty. I don't know if he's going to give up Genty. He's got quarterbacks, and let's go for Jeremiah.
By the way, if you guys are curious, we literally do this exact process with our own teams.
Yeah,
this guy's got no quarterback.
Also do this in the DD 2.0s. This one is not a DD 2.0, but we would do this if it was. I mean, this guy needs a quarterback for sure. Yeah. Like, what you could do? Would you be opposed to Jaden Daniels,
Love and Watson?
I was going to say Jaden Daniels for Stroud and Love.
That would make sense. I was more so thinking, could you get Love and Watson for Burrow and a piece back or a 2 or something? Would you do that as a juggernaut, knowing that you have Love, you'd get the stack equity with Watson? I guess that it would leave you very thin at quarterback would be the only concern.
I mean,
but could you buy a Stafford for you? Yeah, get him. Can you get Geno? Can you get Watson? And can you get Jeremiah Love? And you give back like Burrow a 2 and a 3 or something like that.
I would actually almost be willing to go for the throat for both of his running backs and see if I could do Love, Judkins, and Geno Smith for, let's say, Jaden Daniels and my late projected 27 first.
Yeah, I think that would make sense.
If he's, knows what he's doing and is trying to tear it down and tank and et cetera, maybe he would be like, hey, I'd rather have Jaden Daniels than Jeremiah Love. It's a young quarterback. He's going to have a longer shelf life. I want the 27 first. It's going to bank up some liquidity for me. Maybe that's something he's interested in. And I'm sure he's tried to sell Geno Smith already, as you and I would be in this situation trying to sell Geno Smith. So, definitely. Maybe he'll throw you Jacoby Myers too, because he probably doesn't want Jacoby Myers on his roster. So, that's something that I would float out there to try and move off of one of your quarterbacks and try and get a running back in return. I don't know if I would do the thing that most people would do in this situation, which is go buy Josh Jacobs or go buy Saquon Barkley or go buy David Montgomery. I don't think I would do that. I would go for the young hammer. I would go for the Achane, for the Gentry, for the Love, for the even for like a Henderson or for a Judkins or somebody of that ilk. I would not go after the purely competitive running back personally.
Yeah, I'm on the same page with you there.
And I also wouldn't be opposed to selling some other guys that don't fit your build too. Like if you really wanted to sell, like McLaurin is pretty underpriced, so you might not get the value for him. But there's people out there that will scream from the mountaintops that everyone on the planet needs to be buying Justin Jefferson. So if you could sell Justin Jefferson for, let's say, a Mecca Igbukah and a running back, you could do something along those lines as well. Or maybe you could sell Justin Jefferson for, Zay Flowers and a really good running back. Like you could do something along those lines as well. So I would really explore your avenues as far as your running backs are concerned, aside from the obvious go buy, a competitive running back. I think you got plenty of opportunity to go buy some guys. And if I were in his position, Danny, would you be opposed to having moved both of his 27 first if it means he solved his running back problem?
Yeah, I would be. You're a juggernaut.
I'm not going to say what his name is. We know what it is. Smear the something, but we might get canceled for saying it.
Yeah, not saying that out loud.
We know the game. We all played it as children. That guy's first.
We called it kill the carrier, by the way.
Yeah,
we called it kill the carrier.
And if you sold his first, make sure people know it's going to be early. Obviously, if you're selling it, because you should be able to get maybe close to Devon Achane straight up for a first of that caliber. You know what I mean? Like if you're selling that guy's first, it's expected to be in top 3 to 5.
Where was his team ranked?
It was all the way down here.
Yeah.
Like he's got Bijan, so it's not like he's got nothing.
Why don't you offer his first back to go for Bijan?
Yeah, that's something you could do. Yeah, if he thinks he's probably not behaving rationally, but if he thinks he can't compete or something, you could go after Bijan using his first plus your first.
Well, that's what I mean. How much would it cost? Like, could you get Bijan off this guy for Jordan Love, his first back, and the other first you have?
I would pay that if you had to pay.
I would easily.
I think you might even, if he truly knows he's tanking, you might be able to get Bijan off of him for the 2-1s. That's it.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
I would be willing to throw in Love too if it gets it done.
I'd give him his one back in Tyson.
Yeah.
If I had
easily. I definitely would consider it.
But yeah, there's lots of things you could do with this team. And yeah, since we hated on your last team, you had to submit a juggernaut to us. I respect it. Really appreciate the support on this one. And yeah, this is a good looking squad, man. You got opportunities to make moves, whether it's at wide receiver, at running back. I think obviously running back's your big discrepancy right now.
And this must feel good after the rinsing we gave you on the one quarterback one. So.
Yeah, we did kind of dice you up there. So we smeared you might say.
Yeah.
Let's keep it rolling here. Frank DM, let me just put the timestamp in for mwaller, and for Frank DM, we have 1:43, which I'm glad I'm doing these live so that I don't have to go back through the live stream afterwards.
I greatly appreciate it too.
Yeah. JT and his shit crew, shout out. We got just some unhinged names for everybody today. Exciting Whites is fucking hilarious. I hope he has. You better have Cam Scattaboo or Jackson Dart on this team. Oh, come on, dude. Who's the exciting white other than Lad McConkey here?
Drake May and Lad.
And Stafford maybe too.
Yeah. And Pearsall.
Exciting whites. I immediately think of the two Giants personally. I think of Jackson Dart and I think of Cam Scattaboo. So JT and his shit crew is what he has down here. He's a balanced team. Interested to hear your thoughts on how I can stay contending. So obviously we get an insight into his mindset right there. He's thinking that he can contend again. Keep in mind, Danny, he has not had his rookie draft yet. So at 105, 110, 111, 302, etc., he could still acquire some players to make this team better. Right now, I mean, your quarterback position's kind of a problem. It's a 2-quarterback league. Shuck, Rodgers. I mean, let's say hypothetically you get Fernando Mendoza at 105. That's fine, but I would.
No, the quarterbacks are just not something I'd want to commit. He doesn't have his 27-1 though.
I mean, would you be willing to sell the 105 for a quarterback if it meant you were able to secure somebody solid?
You have no choice. You already sold your 27-1. I probably would have leaned potentially retooling this team, given that there's only 4 teams lower than you in the analyzer, and they're all purgatory, and your bar basically is purgatory level, if we're being honest. Like 34-58 versus 34-22.
Once he spends his rookie picks, the bars will change because he's number 5 in picks, and he'll probably be like number 8 or 9 in picks. It's not going to lower that much.
But that's in value, right? I'm saying his value is not going to change because the 105 kind of attributes that the player we have ranked there. 110 attributes the player we have ranked there. Unless he gets an elite value in his rookie draft, like he's still going to be number 8 in the analyzer. And at this point, the only 4 teams below him are all purgatory. And like I said, we look at the team directly below him named We Suck Again. We suck at 34-22. You're not even at 3,500.
Yeah, it's not that far. And like, same goes with and
he doesn't have a choice though. He dealt his 27-1. So yeah, you're right. Like you have to use the 105 to try to fix your quarterback position. If you have to suck it up and pay the 105 for Dak Prescott, like listen, you already made the choice to deal your 27-1. Commit to the guys that can compete and give you point production then.
Yeah, would this guy be willing to sell you, given your team, you could use a running back 3, you could use a quarterback. Would this guy sell you Bo Nix and DeAndre Swift for the 105 plus potentially?
Probably would cost like the 105 and the 111.
Yeah, and like potentially maybe he's willing to do something in that along those lines. Again, I don't love I
wouldn't have moved your 27-1
with this team now, but maybe go out and acquire 27-1 if it's possible.
Yeah, like quite frankly, I absolutely would not have moved your 27-1 this premature.
Yeah, I mean, like who has it? Let's take a look.
It's probably this guy.
No. I guess I can search it.
Is it one of the top teams?
I can search it. He's JT. Yeah.
So general rule of thumb, if one of the top teams is looking to acquire your first rounder, there's something that they notice that you don't.
Oh, wait, hold on. This guy's his own one. Oh, it's not, the search function's not working properly here. You should be able to find it though. Okay, this guy has it.
Okay. That makes a little more sense. And I was going to say, if one of the top teams had his one, typically, Corey, if I'm a juggernaut and I go after someone's one, why is that?
Because I don't think they're very good. And like, when you have a juggernaut like that, you're not typically looking to buy draft capital. You're probably going to try and compete with a team like that.
The only way I'd be trying to go and trade for draft capital in a juggernaut situation is because I have your pick valued more so at the 103, 104, 105 range, and you tend to believe it's more so 108 to 110.
Yeah.
That's the only way I'd be willing to buy.
This day, after 7 years of us making content or 6 years of making content, one of the biggest misconceptions is that your pick is always late, that you traded away. Like now, everyone assumes their pick is late.
Now, if I'm selling production to somebody, obviously I'm going to tell them like, hey, you're incentivized to make this pick in the 110 to 112 range. So that's how I'm going to have to evaluate it. But if you're the one like that, that's why it's the dynamic. It's whoever's leverage can end up winning out. If
I know you're a person selling their own first, they always assume it's a mid to late first.
Yeah. And then again, my rebuttal in the comments always from the other perspective would be like, well, no, I can't value your first as mid because even if it projects there right now, who's to say you can't shove more capital and get this to the 110 to 112 range by force? That would always be my rebuttal. But obviously, when you're on the other side, then you're going to do everything possible to get the best value for that pick. So,
yeah. So the way that I would approach this team, Frank, is first off, I tend to believe this won't be the case, but just in case it is the case, obviously go out and see if you can acquire a quarterback for a decent price tag. If you can, then maybe your league market is not how I'm thinking it to be. But given your question, interested to hear your thoughts on how I can stay contending. I would assume you are of the opinion that, and most people in your league probably are of the opinion that this is a league where everyone tries to contend. There is one strong rebuilder in this entire league.
Well,
most
you're coming
people
off,
think they can contend.
You're coming off what, the 4 or 5 seed this past year? You don't have your 27-1. Hopefully you didn't move it for like the 110 and the 302 or some bullshit.
No, maybe like he might have sold it for like Jameson Williams during the year when he was popping off at the end of the season or something like that, which again wouldn't have even been a bad trade, but generally speaking, like that was probably what happened.
Who has this 27-1? Is it the Welcome To guy? Because maybe he did it for the 105.
This guy right here.
Okay,
so like the only rebuilding team in the league.
Yeah, okay, so the only way I could have validated it is like, oh yeah, maybe he moved this 27-1 to go up and get the 105. Okay, reasonable. But like if you got a fringe top 30 receiver or fringe top 20 running back, like,
I mean, it wasn't going to make a huge difference to your team. As we've said many times, like the biggest thing that we've learned over the last, 5-6 years of making content here is like it behooves you to just go up to the top and swing.
You'll always regret production rentals. The only way you don't regret it is if you win the championship. And even sometimes still, Corey, the production rental we did with McCaffrey a couple years ago, I literally won the fucking championship and I still regretted the move.
Yeah, because I got Drake May out of the move.
Right?
So you can go, oh, it's all okay if you win the championship. There's like at least if there's 7-8 teams contending, there's a 15-20% chance you actually win the championship. Even if you're a top tier contender, it's probably a 30% chance at that point in time. And B, like you still might regret it even if you did win the championship.
Well, that's the thing. It's like objectively speaking, if I told you theoretically you had to give up the future market Superflex 101 to secure at least a championship, objectively speaking, just given the financial implications, you should be able to retool your team in that stretch anyways. Because again, you're probably getting the next 8 years covered for you. But also it doesn't mean it doesn't sting any less. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I would, first thing I would do is reach out to this guy with my first, because I would like to stay flexible if humanly possible with your team.
He's not getting your first back.
Where he's not going to give you your first back. At least the one thing that you have going for you is that your team is good enough that he might look at your first as a mid to late first. That's the one thing you have going for you. If you do nothing else beforehand, he might think it's a mid to late first that he's giving up. That's the only thing going for you. But in your situation, I would not think that that's the case. I would assume you want your first back because you're about to mass fire sale a bunch of players.
Well, that's the thing. Go sort by contention. I am curious. Where did he show up? Because he says he's trying to contend again this year.
He's number 6, like right kind of smack dab and barely
behind an all-in, 2 strong contenders, a juggernaut, like 3 strong contenders, and all-in and a juggernaut.
Balanced and decent purgatory-ish teams behind him.
There's only one strong rebuilder in this league, man.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully that guy is not the only sharp player in this league, but I would, like I said, go out, reach out to this guy. He's probably like, he has Mike Evans and Pollard and like some of these guys on his team. Maybe he doesn't know entirely what he's doing. But assuming he's just holding those guys until they accumulate value, what I would do for him is go, hey, you have Kyler Murray and CJ Stroud. Do you want Tyler Shuck? He's a young quarterback you can build around. He's probably only going to be interested in other young players if I had to guess. But if he goes, hey, if you want your first back, it's going to cost you Luther Burden, then do it. In my opinion, I would do it.
I love Burden, but yeah. Got it.
I would do it. Like he probably only wants young players off of you, I would imagine, if he knows what he's doing. So Jameson Williams, Luther Burden, Tyler Shuck. If you're lucky, he might accept one of those guys for the first. If you're unlucky, he might say, I want all 3 of them, because that's what I would say to you.
I would.
And I would maybe even say, hey, I know you're going to tear it down as soon as I trade you this first. Give me Puka Nakua, we're not talking, or something like that. Or
I would be asking for irrational
or something like that.
Well, you know how I am. I'm also kind of an asshole. If I know what you're doing with your first, like, yeah, you're going to be paying a premium. I'm sorry.
Like I'm treating this as an early first. And for an early first, I want Luther Burden plus your 111 or something like that. Yeah. Or I want 105 plus Jameson Williams or something.
Yeah. And sometimes, unfortunately, you just have to pay the piper. But again, not everybody's going to try to fucking shark you like that. So
hopefully they don't.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't. But as far as your original question, what can I do to help myself contending? I just generally don't think that's the best course of action for you. Now, if you want us to say, what can we do to help you contending? The answer is probably trying to buy a quarterback using the 105, 110, 111, and so on. Because you've already sold your 27 first, if that guy tells you, go fuck yourself, I'm not giving you your first back, then maybe going after Bo Nix, Brock Purdy, Dak Prescott, Jordan Love territory of quarterback is probably your best course of action, because using 105, you could get into that territory pretty easily.
Is this a 2.0?
It is a 2.0. Yes.
Okay.
So Frank, if you're listening to this too,
please give the context beforehand.
Give some context in the DMs. I've already tried to sell players. Nobody wants them. I've already tried to buy quarterbacks. One very big piece of context I need from you. Reach out to the guy that has your first. Ask if he's willing to sell it. Give me the answer in the DMs. Because if you say, hey, I reached out to this guy and he's not willing to give me my first, then we're going to have to change the entire complexion of your Dynasty Decisions 2.0 to answer that question, yes or no.
Like, truthfully speaking, I almost don't feel willing to do this until I get that answer for you. Because, again, the entire fucking document can change with that answer alone. Like, your 3 decisions, if you can't get your first back, you have to go contention. If you can get your first back, liquidate, 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 liquidate.
Yeah, exactly. And Tom's saying he's got a, we'll get to that once we get that to you, Frank. But again, if you're listening to this, make sure you answer that. Tom said he has a meeting coming up, so let's answer his question really quick. 101 or 102 for 27 first / get more value in tight end. So,
that first is projecting 101 or 102. I love CeeDee Lamb, but I'm taking this fucking package all day.
I mean, not to mention you're getting the better tight end and an early to mid 1 and 28. I mean, so Tom plays with a bunch of tacos. No offense, Tom, but I've done consults with you more than once. So I know the guys that you play with are absolutely off their freaking rocker. So I would say that's a pretty smash deal for me.
Like, I'm sure you probably even have a Thanos or like a Juggernaut in this league. He also says, I went to 5 Super Bowls and won 4, only lost last year due to 1 bad start sit. So yeah, your team is an absolute monster. Even with that knowledge and context, like, why not extend your window for another fucking 5 years? Because you just took a guy to the shed.
Him and Death Note are just competing to bitch slap everybody else in this league, pretty much. So,
dude, not even a fucking front hand, a backhand.
If he doesn't take it, like, Tom, I'm not going to lie to you. If that thing's guaranteed 101 to 102, I don't even need the 28 first in the deal, to be honest with you. Yeah. Don't even need it.
Yeah, I agree with you.
As great as CeeDee Lamb is, I don't even need that first if it's 101 to 102.
Yo, you and that other guy in the league, Tom, like, literally you have a ring on every single finger and it's a backhand to the face of everybody in the league. Yeah.
Bro, you have some friends that hate money, I think. Yeah. I mean, they're all finance.
Maybe they're all in the oil business, so they don't really care about the money they spend on fantasy, and Tom's just raking both.
Yeah, that's a good counter. If he says I won't do that, ask for a second instead. Cope approach. All right, I just saw that there. Cope approach is everything that we talk about with Travis Hunter. I saw Zach, by the way. Did you see Zach put out a video? It's like, nobody's drafting Travis Hunter. I'm like, Zach, let me introduce you to something called the Fantasy Stock Exchange, my friend.
So it was so funny about that is I saw Domain replied, like, Zach put out the tweet like, I'm the only one drafting Travis Hunter. And then Domain replied like, so is Domain, so is FSC. And then I replied to him like, I can't confirm we are targeting Travis Hunter.
Yeah. Also, Travis Hunter, by the way, has a Bermuda Triangle ADP on Underdog because his ADP is like 138, but I've never seen him go that low. He always goes higher than that.
He always goes above his ADP.
There's always one Hunter Slappy in every room that's going to take him at 121 or something like that.
Hey, Corey.
Yeah, that's you and I for sure. All right, so Mikey Herb here. These next 2 are live DDs, so no DD 2.0s. Again, if you guys are listening to this and you want some advice from us, Danny wants to go watch his soccer game, but we'll probably have time for another one if we had to get to it. Live team review linked in the chat right now. Free Dynasty Decisions 2.0 with annual Mother Flocker signups. As always, too, if you guys are trying to get into the Flock League, you can submit more clips. We're going to be recording next Wednesday the first auditions, and you can vote for your favorite contestants over on theflockleague.com. So this team here from Mikey Herb, he said he got a DD 2.0 a few weeks ago, which I believe.
Yep, I did that one. I did that one. I sent that to him, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so converted 5 firsts, late 27 and 28, plus Price, plus Garrett Wilson, plus Judkins for Genty, Puka, and JT. Okay, so lots to unpack there.
So is it the same team from the 2.0? Because I can pull up maybe what's different.
Pull it up in the back in the media assets there, and we can talk about. I think Mikey might be the first person to do this, by the way.
He's one of them.
He's gotten a DD 2.0 and then had now submitted a second DD 2.0 for the same team.
Is it the same team? So Caleb Williams. Yep, exact same team. So Caleb Williams, Justin Herbert, Bryce Young, Judkins, Price. Okay, so he got fucking active. And 2 of the things we had mentioned is I would be willing to give up 28 first, and Drake London for Genty in a future too. You still have Drake London, so you clearly were able to do an even better deal than the one suggested.
Yeah, so he said he converted 5 first, late 27 and 2028, plus Price, plus Garrett Wilson, plus Judkins for Genty. So let's cancel some shit out here.
Yeah, let's see it. So he converted 5 first, late 27, 28, plus Price, plus Garrett Wilson, plus Judkins. Got Genty, Puka, and JT.
Okay, so Puka's worth 5 once if they're all projected late, in my opinion.
Yeah, if they're all projected late, yeah. And for ease sake, even if you wanted to say Puka plus JT equals the 5 ones in Price, then at that point, Garrett Wilson plus Judkins for Genty. Give me Genty, bro.
Yeah, these are some good moves, and I think you've clearly positioned yourself very well. I mean, you're still a little bit weak at RB2 or RB3, sorry, if anything were to happen to Jonathan Taylor, Genty.
So real quick, when I did the team review for him, when I did the 2.0 for him, he was a house money team. So he is now officially graduated to juggernaut status.
There you go. Which is, I don't know how we have to sell
I love
these.
seeing this.
And I don't know if we sell these things to more than this, is that literally Mikey's gone from a house money team to a juggernaut with a couple of trades that he's been able to make. Again, the only moves that I would suggest going forward.
Upgrade from Gadsden.
Yeah, just tier up from Gadsden. The other thing I would say is probably sell Pickens for a running back would be the other thing.
Yeah, like maybe
you don't really need Pickens with Ibuka, Higgins, and JMO behind him to move up the depth chart once you sell Pickens, and you're selling high on a player that just had a great season. If you can get in the neighborhood of Devon Achane with George Pickens, or maybe slightly behind that territory with a Kenneth Walker or something like that, I'd be totally cool using Pickens to do that.
Yeah, can you also, like, would you be willing to give, like, Gadsden and Ibuka for Loveland and maybe a veteran running back?
Let's see who has Colston.
Who has Loveland?
Loveland's just I mean, this guy's probably not selling Loveland given his team.
Maybe not. Okay, that might be tough. What about Warren?
Let's try Warren.
See if we can get Warren. So yeah,
I mean, this guy has Walker and Warren. He has Chase Brown and Warren. Like, those are the two guys that make sense. He could also use some receiver help. If you offered this guy Pickens and Gadsden
for Warren and Brees.
Warren and Brees, yeah. I mean, Pickens, Gadsden plus something maybe gets you to Chase Brown and Warren.
This would be an interesting thing, but honestly, I would just rather move a higher valued receiver to get like a legitimate hammer.
Yeah, I would as well. Like, I think if you could, this guy's a perfect guy to go after because he has 4 usable running backs. He could use some receiver help, and he already has a tight end that is a guaranteed like kind of smash with Tyler Warren. Maybe he's not willing to sell him because he doesn't want to tear down or whatever, but I think a Gadsden, let's call it Pickens and Jonah Coleman opening offer for Chase Brown and for Tyler Warren. I think that would make some sense.
Scribbles, I agree, but if somebody's looking at like another player as the main piece in the deal and you could use Gadsden as a part of it to make a tier up, like that would be the way to sell him.
Does Hawkinson and Kelsey at all for tiering up for tight end? Because I think he actually is fine production-wise for tight end.
Yeah, it's just more so like if I can move Gadsden for a younger tight end that I feel better about.
Yeah.
That's how I would.
I think running back's a bigger need for him of the two of them. He actually does. It ironically has all 3 Denver Broncos running backs.
Who has Derrick Henry? I'd be willing to go after Derrick Henry all day with this team. You have so much value built up.
I mean,
like if Derrick Henry or someone like that's on one of the fucking shit stain teams, like who does the Pipsqueak have? Does he have anyone?
Henderson?
Oh, okay. You can go after Trevion Henderson.
I mean, he also has Pitts and Laporta.
Go get Laporta.
You can go after Laporta and Henderson on this team.
Go get Laporta and Henderson. Give them Gadsden and fucking Pickens or Ibuka or something.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that. I'd be totally fine with that. It's funny because I do recognize like the team names because we already like discussed this league.
That's awesome though. Yo, Mikey, shout out because I actually have it listed here. So he got this 2.0 from us on May 16th. Not even a month later, he has turned literally from a fucking house money team with the 5th quarterback core, the 3rd running back core, the 3rd receiver core, and the 9th tight end core to now we're at number 1 at wide receiver, running back core. I don't know. Oh, I guess like it overvalued your depth, but give me the hammers you have over raw fucking numbers at running back. Like your team is fucking loaded.
Yeah, literally. Like this is just
how many can he start too?
Here. Start 11.
Well, start 11. Look at the fucking lineup, bro.
Yeah, like a guy like JMO wouldn't normally matter on a team like this if it was a start 8 or a start 9. But given that it's a start 11, he actually has some value, especially the type of player he is too. You're going to get his best weeks, and you know he's going to be your big spike week guy. Yeah, the only issue to me is getting a 3rd running back. That's really I'm fine with the tight end core. I get wanting a Warren or a Loveland or something. I'm fine with rolling with Gadsden, Hawkins, and
elite. Let's go, Mikey. That's fucking fire. Yeah, no, you've been doing a great job, clearly. In terms of like any other directions that we would have, yeah, like you say, if you can get on
the quarterback core, I wouldn't touch London Puka or any of those guys at receiver.
Like, and we'll have some decisions and moves left for you. This is a 2.0, I'm assuming?
It is not. No, it's not.
It is not? Okay. But even still, it's like you took the 2.0. This is the value of the 2.0. You took the moves from the 2.0. It gave you the idea. Maybe you didn't do the exact deals in the 2.0. The point of the 2.0 is to get you thinking, oh, shit, that structure makes sense. You then approach that owner. Maybe they want a slightly different structure, but your structure actually ends up getting you on base. Like just sparking ideas sometimes is ultimately like the main value. And
which is what I do like probably once a week in my Dynasty leagues is just go to the My Teams feature and just look at my weaknesses and go, oh, who has Loveland in this league? Oh, who has Jonathan Brooks in this league? I could use some running back upside. Like that's literally what we're doing, exactly what we do to our own teams. Probably I definitely do it at least once a week. And this week coming up, actually, I'm going to do another edition of like the trade strategy video where I go in depth on like 3 or 4 of my teams and send out a bunch of offers and show you guys my thought process behind that. So that'll be coming later this week. But anyways, I think we can move on to the next team and the final team review of the video. Jake, he also has a super message here. Do you think a Jerry Sandusky package has big upside? Could be.
We
massive.
Read that, right?
He had a different Jerry Sandusky related thing, unless that was somebody else that submitted that. But huge upside for sure.
Oh, maybe there's a team in his league called Jerry Sandusky. That makes way more fucking sense.
I thought he was talking about Jerry Sandusky specifically. Bro, his package has huge upside, which is hilarious.
I thought he was making a fucking joke this whole time, but he's literally asking for advice from the league. Okay, that's so way funny. More context. We get it now.
We get it. Yes, we do get it.
We were just like, hey, appreciate the super chat, but like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Appreciate you, Jake. All right. So the Jerry Sanduskys is the name of his team. Just finished the startup, ended up trading away my first round pick since it was 111. And I view my second pick in the same tier, which I've done also this offseason in the late first round of a startup. Moved back a bunch, honestly, since it's a start 11. I feel like I did well here to contend. It's a deeper league, obviously, like you said, also for the future. Wonder if there's any moves I should make. So, I mean, in a start 11, you're going to have Mahomes, Shuck, Chase Brown, Cam Scatterbo, Neighbors, T. Higgins, Jordan Tyson, Burden Addison, and Laporta pretty much in your starting lineup every week. Does still have all of his picks, which is nice, especially out of a startup. Sometimes you worry, okay, it can be easy to give away your picks in a startup. I literally just did it in the startup we just did because of the value I was getting for them from Bailey. But
that's what I mean, especially when there's like sickos in your league that like will send you like really, really good value offers for your first. It's like, oh, I lose the leverage, but like it's worth losing the leverage because I'm getting such a good deal.
Bailey would steal his grandmother's pension for a 28 first, bro. Like that guy would do anything for more capital.
Shout out Bailey.
But yeah, this is a good looking team out of the startup, to be honest. This is a really good looking team. So, I mean, I worry about QB3 a little bit just because, Shuck is your QB2. So that's the thing I worry about a little. I also worry about your week 1 starting lineups point projection implied total because you have Neighbors, you have Scatterbo, you have Mahomes, you have Tyson, you have Burden. Like there's a lot of like better by week 11 assets on this team, better by 2027 season assets on this team. So this is a very prototypical, let's see.
He's not happens. Jerry Sandusky.
Is he not Jerry Sandusky?
Yeah, he is. Oh, okay. Yo, so why did he say go to do you
I still think he's making a joke for what it's worth.
Oh, bro, I'm not even lying. Initially I thought it was a joke. And then when I saw that there was a Jerry Sandusky,
there'd be like a trade from the team named Jerry Sandusky. Yeah, no, I think he's still making a bit about the Jerry Sandusky of it all.
Okay, that makes more sense.
You don't word it the way he did. Like the package has big upside, could be massive without it being.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like I saw that Jerry Sandusky in the league had like a lot of depth, so I'm like, oh, I'm curious what package he's trying to offer because he's got Neighbors and Higgins and all these fucking players. He's making a joke, but like fucking, I thought he was actually asking what he could get from this guy's team, but it's his team.
No,
that's hilarious. Sure. What the fuck? I got so confused.
Is your opinion of this team very similar? Like, hey, this team might start slow. You bought in a lot of injury dips too, like Neighbors, Laporta. I mean, I'm sure yesterday's video would have been very nice for you, hearing Doc not be as concerned with Laporta. I mean, Neighbors and Mahomes definitely pop candidates potentially, but he wasn't that concerned with Scatterbo either. One guy we didn't talk about that I should have asked him about is Jordan Tyson. Because Jordan Tyson had the injury history coming out of college. I guess I didn't think of college players when we were talking about stuff, but maybe I'll ask him about Jordan Tyson in the next time we hop on. But what are your thoughts on the team other than just, wait and see what happens early in the season?
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously the cop-out. You did say you just finished the startup. So maybe people are proactive, but realistically, you already have the strong rebuilder tag. Ideally, if you can sell the production in season, like when Mahomes gets back and he's giving you 19, 20, 21 plus points per game, and you could sell him for top 18 startup overall type of price tags by that point. You eat a couple weeks, maybe you get a half round value extra than what you paid for him. Perfect. Chase Brown, like if he's producing like a top 5 running back and somebody's like, I will offer you a 27 and a 28-1, and all you have to do is give me Chase Brown and Rashad White because you won out the fucking Commander's job. Yeah, you make a move like that.
Yeah,
Scatterboo.
One of those teams that's going to tell you if it's actually competitive or if it's ready to sell.
This is a 2.0
and punt it. No, it's not.
Okay, I was gonna say if it was a 2.0, I would be like full disclosure, full transparency in the 2.0. Every disclaimer on the decisions would be in brackets in season, because I feel like you have a lot of pieces that maybe aren't at their max value, but if they're producing like such in season, T. Higgins looks healthy and the Bengals have the best offense in the league. Fucking Jordan
Addison.
Yeah, like or for example, like what if fucking Chris Olave's blood clots are a real thing and he ends up like not being fully ready to start the year, and Jordan Tyson. I mean, what if Jordan Tyson the first month of the year averaged 78 yards per game and 0.7 touchdowns per game because Olave was out? He would be like a top 8 wide receiver in dynasty value.
Yeah, also, it really pisses me off that Olave blood clot story came out literally an hour after I recorded.
Right?
And that's also his specialty. Dr. James, his specialty would be
if I'm not mistaken, so the pulmonary embolism was the issue that it was deep vein thrombosis is what what's it called? Wemby was dealing with. But pulmonary embolism is scary because obviously it means it's right around the heart, right? Yeah. So because it's in his lungs, which is scarier. Because Wemby's, I believe, was in his leg. So
I mean, I think a lot of people have maybe known that Chris Olave was inherently not the type of 25-year-old receiver that was going to be better. You know, it was
25-year-old and a 29-year-old body,
32 years age. Like I've always treated Chris Olave as a competitive asset given the concussion stuff. So I think he's definitely that way now.
He's like a 25-year-old and a 29-year-old's body at this point.
Yeah. Like he's not your average 25-year-old receiver. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think that's something to factor in with Chris Olave. But yeah, I think
26 now though, right? He just turned
probably 26 by now. But yeah, I guess my thought process on this team is see what your team is telling you. What if Carson Beck breaks out? What if Rashad White's a league winner this year? Like this team could win if things break right for you. But I would lean towards the side of you're probably not going to be winning right away. But if you're 6-1 after the first 7 weeks or whatever, then obviously you're going to be in a different position than we're talking about right now. So this team is could go either way type of team. But generally, I lean towards the side of maybe selling some production depending on what happens in season. But in a new startup, you never know, man. There's 3 strong rebuilders in this team. So it does appear more like an FSE type of room where people are collecting picks and, so on. It's not like all of these teams went for the all-in label or the balance label or the strong contenders.
It's more competitive when there's more strong rebuilders than there are purgatory teams. That's your gauge. If you have more strong rebuilders than purgatory teams, it usually means that people are actually competitive.
Yeah, and they know what they're doing to some degree. So let's keep it rolling here. We got a trade question from Jared here. The 102, so Carnell Tate, and a late first for Puka Nacua. So he also said, look at AJ's value. He's absolutely going to be a really good option this year. He's going to be in the championship most likely.
So basically he's so is this flip then? Is Jared getting the 102 in a first?
Maybe he said trading AJ's first is what's happening.
Oh, good.
He's probably trading AJ's first is probably what's taking place.
Is this
so this is a Thanos that Jared is acquiring Puka Nacua on. And the first that he's trading is not his, it's AJ's. Or it's his team, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, fuck. Go for it. Go get Puka Nacua on this team. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I mean, so what he's trying to do by the looks of it is he's a Thanos, but AJ competitive wise has like Bijan and Gibbs and all these guys. So he's probably trying to just go punch for punch with AJ by going to get Puka Nacua.
I would do the same thing. Bro, sometimes you got to alpha your league mates and let them know.
Yeah, which is what he said in the chat here. That he's looking to duke it out
bro,
with AJ. Yeah,
it's
you
like
you got to collect Infinity Stones when you're a Thanos anyways, but especially when there's another really good team in the league.
It's like the inverse of me, you, and YWL and Flock Me Sideways, where like they're going band for band, like, oh, I got a Bentley, oh, I got a mansion, oh, I got a private jet. Like they're going fucking back and forth trying to flex their Instagram followers and shit.
Yeah, like
and then us, we're just
how you also have Jeremiah Love in the 102, like 101 and 102 on a team like this is actually kind of pisses me off because maybe Danny, maybe you and I don't know this universe because you and I don't do this because we obviously every time we make a new league, it's with you guys. Yeah. Maybe there's a world, Danny, where you and I could go on Reddit and like co-own a team together and like no one knows that it's you and I. And we just
undercover sleeper
Thanos in 1 year. Should we do that? That's a really good video idea.
Hey, should we just make backup sleeper accounts so people can't fucking like catch on?
We should.
To us?
You and I should join a Reddit league on a third sleeper account and like just run roughshod out of the startup and see how big of a Thanos we could build.
Fuck it, let's do it. Let's do it.
Feels like a fun idea.
Yeah, bro. This thing has to be bad. Oh yeah, that is actually facts. Ron basically did that with the Crazy Ambassador League. Yeah, I know. I remember the shout out Ron. Has he still made like updates to that? I'm curious.
I don't think so. No. Okay, so we are good.
Oh my
Caleb for 6 versa value.
Oh my god, wait. Ambiguity. Are you in this league then? Because Caleb for 6 versa value, Jared said that. That team the team flamed out. Like the league flamed out, or the
the league probably flamed out. Yeah, I would imagine if he was doing that, maybe he was cooking. Anyways,
oh yeah, that's what Jared said. He got fucking 6 ones of value for Caleb, and probably not today, Dylan.
Yeah, probably not today. Danny's got to go in like 5 minutes or whatever. We've also been live for 2 hours and 15 minutes. Appreciate you guys all for tuning in. As always, if you made it to the end of the stream, leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out the video we did with James yesterday, breaking down all of the injuries. There was Dynasty talk in there. There was Redraft and Best Ball talk in there. And make sure to stay tuned this weekend. I'll probably be dropping a video tomorrow or Sunday. I can't remember which day I'm going to do it for. But that'll probably be the what I learned from projections so far video. It'll be more Redraft centric, I would imagine. But I also want to do the video next week of, what are we doing for the breakdown of the leagues that I'm going to be going through and trying to fix some of my teams and whatnot.
Also, are you implying, Jared, that you got Drake May and 5 ones of value for Caleb at the time? Is that what you were implying right now? Also, shout out Rome, by the way. Shout out Rome. I was able to watch your submission. I was laughing when you made the bit about me quitting.
Yeah, that was funny.
I mean, that's such an easy reference at this point. I'm like, yeah, fuck. That was a really bad thing.
It was a bad decision. Yeah,
it was a bad decision. I can't lie.
Don't worry. Danny's going to be properly punished for it. And you guys are going to hear everything you need to know about the Flock League this year, or at least a lot of the new information that you don't already know by Wednesday when we drop the audition video. So, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Like I said, if you want a DD 2.0, you can get one for free. Use code FSE, you get a free one. And let's go. Appreciate it. And check out everything on the site. Check out the season pass. If you got it last year in August, you might as well get it now because you're going to get it for 2 extra months at the same cost. And check out the DD 2.0 as usual. And check out the best ball tools as well. So appreciate you. Peace out. We'll talk to you soon.